What's up, guys? Before we begin this podcast, I want to let you know that we got an amazing guest today, okay? This guy is hilarious. He's an epic writer, super funny comedian, great actor. He's in the new series on Apple, Platonic, with Seth Rogen and Rose Byrne, and he's also in the new season of The Bear. And he's charismatic as hell. It's a super fun episode. You guys are going to love it. His name is Andrew Lopez, and he's the man. So stick around for the episode. But first, we are on tour. Strider and I are be coming in hot to Fort Wayne, Indiana this weekend. 2 shows. Make sure you get your tickets now before they run out, okay? JT is busy with his expectant fatherly duties, so me and Stride Skis are coming in hot. It's going to be super fun. The reviews are in for our show, and it's the best show in the history of comedy. So don't miss out on it. Also, we are brought to you, and also we have a lot of other dates too. Irvine, freaking Minnesota, chadjt.com. Get your tickets. Also, we're brought to you by a new sponsor, and I'm super psyched on them because I've used this product before they even signed on, and I'm super stoked to have them on board now. We are here, brought to you by Liquid IV. Liquid IV is the #1 powered hydration brand in America, and it is now available and sugar-free. This is huge, guys. Sugar-free Liquid IV. That means you're getting your electrolytes and you're not getting them. It's delicious, but there's no sugar. Huge. So grab your Liquid IV Hydration Multiplier sugar-free in bulk nationwide at Costco, or get 20% off when you go liquidiv.com and use code GODEEP at checkout. That's 20% off anything you order when you use promo code GODEEP at liquidiv.com. We're also brought to you by the legends at Helix Sleep. Helix, thank you so much for sponsoring the podcast. You know I love Helix Sleep, the best mattresses in the game. Do not compromise on your comfort, guys. Helix mattresses have cooling technology. By supporting Helix, you're allowing them to support me and the show. Go purchase Helix and thank me later for your best night's sleep. Helix is offering 20% off all mattress orders and 2 free pillows for our listeners. Go to helixsleep.com/godeep. This is their best offer yet. It will not last long. With Helix, better sleep starts now. All right, let's start the show.
What's with deep? Going deep. Chad and
The Atlanta Falcons losing in 1997 to the Denver Broncos.
They were underdogs.
It was crazy they lost to me.
Oh, you're an Atlanta fan?
I'm an Atlanta fan.
The Dirty Bird? Were you throwing that down?
Yeah, and I will say this.
Can you do it now?
I can, actually.
Let's go.
This little guy?
Yeah, go, baby, go.
I can do it. No, what's your guys' teams? Do you guys have teams?
No, I'm Southern California, so we just kind of float around. But no, actually, I'm a Steelers fan. I go Steelers.
Why are you a Steelers fan?
My dad's from Jersey.
Do you have a team?
Which doesn't make sense. I should be a Giants fan.
My family's Niners.
Mm-hmm.
I should be Niners. I tend to go. My girlfriend's Raiders.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm Chargers.
Yeah. Wait, and are you from Southern California too?
No, I'm Bay Area.
Okay, interesting.
Yeah.
And so you just never, the Niners wasn't a whole thing around you?
I think I always just didn't really like Northern California, and so anything that came from there, or except for Apple, I just don't like.
Yeah.
Although I do like the Kings still. I think they're.
Oh yeah, dude. I mean.
Yeah.
Sacramento?
White chocolate, baby.
Dude, the best.
Dude, yeah.
TikTok era
Bibby?
athlete.
Yeah.
He's crushing it.
Yeah. Oh no, Jason Williams.
Jason Williams.
My
both
bad.
of them could technically be white chocolate.
Yeah.
But like, I think that, Jason. There are times when I'm really sad, and I spend a lot of time on YouTube when I get really sad, and I'll just look up top 10 Jason Williams plays.
Oh yeah.
And I've watched that video 100 times.
It's the one where he goes behind the back and then he elbows it in the other direction.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes.
And then he played high school ball with Randy Moss.
Did he really?
And he was like, I think Randy Moss was better at basketball and Jason Williams was the quarterback. So he was like putting up better stats than Randy at the time.
Randy is like one of those people too that like, I think he was like almost ahead of his time. If Randy had the antics he was doing, the antics that Randy was doing when he was in the league,
would be more
if he was doing it
acceptable
now, he would be all over. Like people would love him on Instagram.
Like when he mooned the crowd and Joe Buck went crazy and was like, disgusting. But he didn't really moon him. He pantomimed mooning him. There was no butt reveal.
He pantomimed it?
Yeah, which is great acting.
It was funny.
He's a good actor. There's like, but I think it's just fascinating because you're from Southern California, and you said that you just picked where your dad is from to be the team.
Well, and my dad just picked a team, so it might be in
Yeah.
our family that we have no loyalty to our home base.
See, I'm from Iowa, so we don't have professional sports, and you just kind of have, like, I love stories of people of why their favorite team is the way it is from childhood,
Right.
because it's like the reason why I like the Falcons is because my friend Peter in 1997, he was like one of my best friends, and I fucking hated him. He just was such a little piece of shit, and he loved the Broncos. So during the Super Bowl, I was like, I'm going to pick the team.
Just being devil's advocate.
Yeah, and I was like, Falcons forever, because we never had a team that was like
Right.
forced upon me. So
That was a great team too.
yeah, Chris Chandler, Jamal Anderson.
What was the defender's name? Like Tuggle?
Yes, or something
Forced
like
a lot of
yes.
fumbles. It was something like that.
Yeah, who else? There was who was the Tim Dwight? He opened the Super Bowl that year with
Dude, we
a
talk about
return.
Tim Dwight all the time.
I love Tim Dwight. White chocolate,
Fastest
baby.
white guy of all time.
Yes, dude.
And if you played Madden and you put him at quarterback, you could just run like a QB scramble every play.
The best.
And it was unstoppable.
I used
There
to have
wasn't a
this
DB who
pop
could
punk
keep up with
band
you.
in college, and our band name was Tim Dwight.
Yeah, he's really a
Which is-
legend with a certain generation.
Yeah, dude. White people and Asians with blonde hair love Tim Dwight.
That's a huge demographic. Wait, so are you a Hawkeyes fan? Did you go to Iowa?
I went to Iowa State, so I'm a State fan. But dude, I'm a fan of anybody I'm a fan of all sports. I never like.
Seneca Wallace?
Yeah, I'm a big Seneca Wallace fan. But Brad Banks also, who was
Great guy.
great guy, dude. And I honestly, I think if anybody's listening or watching from Iowa, I'm sure you guys will get this, and I don't know if you feel this, but like, there's that fun thing of like if I went to Iowa State, I'm like, fuck the Hawks, and if everybody at Iowa was like, fuck Iowa State. But in reality, it's like, I just root from anybody from Iowa, and like it's so I love both.
That makes me crack up when we travel for stand-up. The individual towns within a state all dislike each other, even though they're kind of impossible to differentiate between
Yeah.
themselves. And then I'm like, shouldn't you guys all just be in it together as like Wisconsinites? But no,
Yeah.
or like Ohioans, but they want to rival with who's ever 30 miles down the road.
Yeah, and they always do like weird, like there's always like lores. I don't know if you guys hear the lores when you go to the towns, but they're like, the cannon is pointed at Knoxville, Iowa, like, and they have the little statue that like, you know, like, and it's just like because we hate them, and. But it's I wonder though if I only am romanticizing it, and we're romanticizing it because we're not there.
From there. We're
yeah,
not there.
we're like
don't
we go
notice
and
the
leave.
subtle differences.
Well,
yeah.
it's so fun too.
Yeah.
It's fun to like. I remember high school rivalries when they would come. What was our high school? It was Kent. Was it Kent? These guys, but they would come and you just fuck with them all day.
Yeah.
The best time ever.
Did you go to a big school or a small school?
I went to a small. I went to a boarding school.
Okay. Did you guys have did you guys ever have it where the girls from your school would date the guys from the rival high school?
Yeah, so we had
Every
this
time.
neighboring school, Salisbury, all dudes. So we had a lot of competition.
You know that they wanted to do anything they could do to fuck.
Oh, dude, they were coming in hot.
Yeah, bro, that's
When
crazy.
like there was like a little alarm. There'd be like Salisbury dudes around campus.
Damn, what did you guys like make fun of them some way, like Salisbury steaks or something?
Yeah, you just had to clown on them hard,
Yeah.
just throw them in the trash or whatever. It's just,
That's real. It's like so weird because it's like I went to a place called Pella, and our mascot was Pella Dutch, and then our rival to us was always Pella Christian, which is just the school across. But then like I think the reason why all of us kind of hated them is because like all of the girls in our class would just date all those guys from
Yeah.
Pella Christian because they were like
Right.
nice guys.
Good dudes.
Good dudes. They were good dudes, but then I think that they also they were jerking off a lot.
And you guys
Christians
weren't?
would- No, we were too, but
Different?
it was different. Theirs was like anal jerking off.
What?
oh, like watching it.
Because they're Christians.
Oh, they were fingering their butts?
I don't know. I mean, that might have been a rumor, or
The
that might
whole
have just.
school? Things can catch on
Yeah,
like
maybe
that,
I'm
though.
starting
That's a
rivalry
loophole.
talk again. I don't know.
Well, that's a
but
loophole.
That's a loophole.
That's something you
Finger
could
your butt,
chance
that's
at the
not a-
football
Yeah.
game.
It is a loophole.
Yeah, butt
using a
bangers.
Butthole.
Yeah.
Butthole loophole.
That was
Is there a
big.
butthole?
I thought you could tell by their energy if it was depleted.
No,
Like,
but
that
yeah.
guy has nothing in the chamber.
Yeah, I mean, I jerk off a lot, and
Yeah,
I have a
yeah.
lot
we
of
were
energy.
talking about that.
But I also,
Yeah, I'd feel like you have a lot of chi.
yeah. Do you
Yeah.
jerk off a lot?
Yeah, I'd say I'm able to get it down because I had a point in my 20s where I watched all these like no fat videos,
Yeah.
and then it got in my head where I'm like, if I bust a lot, then I'll lose energy.
Yeah.
And now I don't really believe that anymore, but there's still that shame.
Yeah.
And so now I try to do it like probably like 3 or 4 times a week.
That's a good number.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah, it's good to to also track progress in any shape or form, you know.
Absolutely, yeah.
And like, you know, I go in spurts of like ups and downs where it's like sometimes like if I do a thing, it's almost like a slippery slope. Like if I do like, I try not to, and I'm trying to cut porn out. I'm trying to do as much as I can to better myself, just generally.
Yeah.
But if I like go 2 weeks, say, without jacking off, and then I open up that seal, there's like 4 days of me like almost making up for those 2 weeks. And so like I think once I recognize that, I have to like kind of slow down the.
Well, what's the
progression.
downside of it? Not that I think
Of
you
jerking
shouldn't
off?
stop, but I do think it's interesting to kind of like investigate the why of it.
Yeah, I think it's less of the action and more of the reason. Like, I think the impulse control, or what am I running away from that I'm fearing? So it's like I have some work that I should be doing, or I even should call my parents, and instead I'll find some instant gratification for myself. It's almost selfish.
You're soothing.
You know? Yeah, and even I like sometimes I'll like. It's weird if you're like using your phone to look at porn, and then you're just like, while you're searching for videos or like girls giving BJs, and then all of a sudden you're getting all these like text pop-ups of like, call me back, like I'd really love to hear from you, and you're just seeing in real time on top of the video of all of the things I'm running from.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, and I think that's kind of what I
was at a meeting like a week or two ago for people who want to stop jacking off, basically. And I was like, I don't know. I was kind of frustrated by the entire process. And I was trying to be honest, even if it came at the expense of like the collective energy in the room. But I was like, do I even need to stop jacking off? Like, is it so bad if I do watch a lot of porn? Like, if I can still function sexually, if I'm still available to my friends and family, if I'm still working hard, is it so bad if the thing I use to be able to do those things is masturbating? And I do think I'll come, like, I go in and out of it too, but it's, I don't know. It's like, I don't know why I necessarily need to stop sometimes. If I'm not doing anything that's like super bad for myself, and by most metrics, I'm doing okay.
Yeah. I mean, I think it's all like dependent on the person too, because there's a part of me that also wonders how much it takes away. Like, I think that the world right now is it doesn't take things as sacred as they used to. So like, I think nihilism exists so much more than ever, which is why I fucking love you guys, because like, you guys celebrate the idea of celebration and celebrate the idea that everybody could be awesome. And that, but instead, most of the internet is so nihilistic, or even like humor so nihilistic now, that I wonder, the more porn I watch, the more I jerk off, the more I start to take for granted connection in some general way of sex, whether it's with myself, or how accessible it is, or why I should have it, or if I'm worthy of it. And I find that, like, to me personally, at this point, at 33 years old, I find that sex is something I want to keep sacred with people.
So what if you were watching porn with someone you really cared about?
Awesome. That's fucking dope as hell, dude.
That's right, because there's still a
doing
connection
anything,
at the root of it.
Yeah, doing anything with somebody that you really care about is awesome. So it's like, and to get to that level, you must have
Built some
communicated to get
trust.
there.
You had to get some trust.
And then, so like, but if I'm just gonna like open up X Hamster and look up like Indian girlfriend blowjob because I want to have like, because I'm horny, like, I think that like, that is so lonely and selfish to me. It's like, it's instant gratification. It's almost a drug. It's me.
It's totally a drug.
You know.
Yeah.
And not to say that anybody that's doing that's wrong, and at moderation that's fine. I just think that personally, I think what it's doing to my psyche is what it's kind of like to what you were saying. I think that like you might not be hurting anybody, but
You might be hurting yourself.
yes, is there something that could? Is there progress that could be had? I don't know.
They talk about that in that David Foster Wallace movie, End of the Tour, where and he basically predicted this, where he was basically like, look, porn is going to get so good that you're going to be able to feel immense personal pleasure at all times, and that can be really spiritually damaging. And so it's okay in moderation, but you can't do too much of it. I guess I'm just trying not to beat myself up too much, because I am watching a lot of porn right now, but I know it's a problem, but I know I can fix it, and I don't want to feel worse because I'm making a mistake. I don't know if that helps me.
I think a lot of it, I think it's a mental thing. Because it's interesting, because it's like, with I guess with masturbation, if you try not to jack off a lot, it's like with drugs, smoking, you know that no drugs, no smoking is like undeniably better for you.
For your health, yeah.
Right. Masturbation, that's like a natural thing. So that's why it's a head trip, because, you know, sometimes, like, I went for like 30 days without jacking off, and
That's amazing.
I had a lot of energy, but I think I had anger, a lot of frustration. But so then I'm like, well, how often should I bust nuts? What is the right amount?
Number, baby.
What's the number? I don't know. But
You
then
gotta
with
find
porn,
the number.
I did get off porn for 30 days.
That's amazing.
And then when I watched it for the first time, my head like exploded.
Yeah.
You were going organic for a while.
Dude, yeah. And so but back to what you were saying, like keeping sex
Did you have the
sacred.
thing where you had hundreds of tabs open because you're just looking through a lot of?
Oh
different-
yeah. Oh dude.
I love the tab line when you get in it.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
look at the top.
You want to find that right moment.
You're like, ooh, I want to find
Yeah.
this OnlyFans.
Yeah,
dick.
When they make good eye contact.
Yeah. I like it when they look like they actually
When they like each other. Yeah, it's beautiful.
It's always better.
I'm celebrating
shot.
connection at all times.
Yeah, dude.
I don't like when
Yes.
it's just like, hey, you take that. I like it
Yeah,
when she's
yeah.
like, this is great. And he's
Yeah,
like, thank you.
That's
Yeah,
why I
yeah.
like the amateur stuff because there was usually some communication and they're
Dude,
just like, I really like
amateur's
you.
good.
you
It's a
know?
couple.
Yeah, it's a couple.
You know, they built a
and-
life together.
Yeah, and then and there's like you can just see it in literally when the two people like each other, it's always shot in HD, like the room's like alive. Like it just looks that way. I'm sorry, I interrupted you.
No, you're on a good. I think. What was I thinking? Produce
Sacred.
porn, sacred. Tabs open. Yeah, I mean sometimes I'll just get bored which is a weird thing in our society, but I'll just get bored and I'll just search butthole. And
Yeah.
it's like you'll just see a butthole.
Just for fun.
What pops up first on that?
Sometimes it's dudes,
Absolutely. It's got to be.
Which is
and sometimes I can't tell.
which is fun. That's fine.
But
Wait
you
for the
know,
zoom out.
I'll be on the I-10. I'll just be cruising, just like, yep, that's a butthole.
Do you do butthole 2 words or 1 word?
Oh, one word.
1 word.
What do you do?
I think it's 2 words.
You did too?
Yeah,
Dude, it's
yeah.
1 word.
No, because there's the butt and then there's the hole. There's the butt.
Maybe that get better results for me.
Yeah,
Is
we should check.
manhole 1 or 2 words?
Manhole.
1 word.
1 word.
Right.
Yeah.
I think hole is just a suffix.
No, it could be a noun. Look at that hole.
No, but doesn't suffix just mean the second part of a word?
Oh, in butthole.
Yes.
Huh.
Come again.
Yeah. Wow,
You know
I
what
just
I'm
learned
saying.
something, dude.
I mean, I don't know.
I mean, but because is the butt the whole thing?
No.
It's just the cheeks.
Yeah.
Well, it's oh right. No, the butt is
The whole thing.
It encompasses.
So you
all
don't
of
even
it.
need to say whole
'Cause
then.
it's
You
butt-
could just be like, it's in the butt.
Well, is butt cheeks 2 words? I think it's 1.
Oh, I don't know.
Oh,
I would
that
think
one
it's
I'm
2.
torn on actually.
Is
Yeah.
foot job?
But
is
here's the
that
thing:
2
if
words
butt
or
cheeks
1?
is 2 words, then butthole should be 2 words then too.
That's
No,
true.
I don't know if that's necessarily true.
Why wouldn't that be true?
'Cause there's 2
the
cheeks.
plural. There's a plural.
Butt cheek. But you wouldn't do butt cheeks 2 words and then
Yes.
butt cheek 1 word.
No, but I would do this. Butthole 1 word. Buttholes 2 words.
Buttholes.
Yeah, the plural.
Okay, and we're talking, and I guess butt is 2 T's, right? So
For
it's
sure.
like, but see, that's the reason why you put 2 T's in there, is to make it 1 word.
Yes.
Well, I guess butt and butt. I don't know.
But foot
I'm not
job?
Sure. Foot job,
1 or 2.
1 word.
How many you guys want? 1 word.
1 word.
1 word. Foot job, 1 word.
That's the first thing I saw porn was
Was a foot job?
foot shop.
Me too.
Yeah.
Did you like that?
No.
No, I didn't. That wasn't my intention. And I was like, this
How
is what,
is that
this
the
what,
first thing?
I don't know, but I was like, this is what adults do.
That's what I think when you're a teenager or a 13-year-old, you don't do anything traditionally. Like when I
Yeah.
drank like 4 different kinds of booze my first time. You think everything extreme is the norm,
Yeah.
or what adults must be doing.
yeah.
Yeah, I used to when I was a kid, because I was born in 1990. So when I was a kid, I had an older brother who was the shit. I love him. He's like, I think when you have an older brother at that time, that was like kind of pre-internet as we know it. Most of your taste is based off of what your older brother liked.
Same for me.
Yeah, so it was like, he was showing me Slipknot and he was showing me like StarCraft BattleNet. And, I remember my first exposure to basically like porn was I was 9 years old on chat rooms, like on BattleNet or like, a Yahoo chat room or something, pretending to be a girl on the internet. And I was just like a 9-year-old boy in Iowa. And I'd just be like, ASL or whatever, and these guys would like send a naked picture, and they were just they might have been kids too, but I assumed they were 40-year-old men, and I was pretending to be like an 18-year-old girl, and I would just Google like naked girl and then send them that picture. And my first, and they would send pictures back, and now I look back on that, and it's insane that I was part of that. Like, but that was a real. I was just getting sent, and I thought it was funny. You know, it's like what you're saying, because I was 9. I was like, look at these guys sending their dicks to a fucking 9-year-old boy who thinks that they're 8. And then, like, because my brain, like you're saying, didn't understand even what was happening.
Right.
Like, you know, like I just thought it was funny to pretend to be a girl.
That is funny.
It is funny, and it's like, but it's weird,
or it's exciting.
Yeah, but it was like,
funny,
it is,
funny,
it was, and it was new and weird, and I guess we were just roasting them, which is kind of fucking weird.
That chat room era was epic.
Did you guys ever do that?
Oh
yeah,
I would go into like lesbian chat rooms and be like, I'm a lesbian.
Yeah.
I went into a lesbian chat. I said, send me a photo of you. She sent me a photo. Well, he probably sent me a photo of her getting boned by a guy. It was clearly a porn photo, and I pretended to be upset and be like, I thought you were gay.
That's really funny.
And then they went into apology mode. They're like, I'm so sorry. I don't know who that guy was, but
Get out of here.
Were you guys on Instant Messenger?
Yeah.
Dude. Did you ever? I remember my crush was on there, so I would always that sound of like the door opening, and I would always see. I'd be like, "Ooh, she's on," and there were like 3 or 4 times when I tried to like get in touch with her.
Yeah. Which one did you guys use at your high school?
AOL.
We did MSN Messenger.
Oh, you did?
Oh, interesting.
Yeah. Did you guys like? Because like we had different screen. You can only have one screen name, right? That was,
yeah.
We had different ones. So like when you would date somebody, you would change it. Like so like.
Right.
I'd be like,
Had your girlfriend's name
yeah,
in it or
like
something?
Andrew Hart Shannon.
That's
You know?
lovely. Yeah,
It was crazy, and I would never talk to them in real life. But yeah, it was so crazy.
That's amazing.
I think I don't know. What you guys? You remember your old email addresses from back? What was it?
I had Sexymon21, Mr. Jose Cuervo, and another grotesque one that I will not repeat. It wasn't that bad, but it's
Mr. Jose Cuervo?
Yeah.
Had you started drinking yet?
No, not at all. I just thought it was cool. And then when I got to high school, people picked on me about it, and I went to JT492.
Oh, that's good. That was cool.
Yeah, it was more solid.
Yeah, that's cool.
That'd be funny if you change your Instagram like now to Mr. Jose Cuervo.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or I gave my brother, the name of my business company is actually this, but I gave my brother a screen name in 7th grade, and it was Paintball and Ladies.
That's your LLC?
I was like, those are the 2 things you're into, bro. And he was like, sure.
Paintball and
Yeah,
Ladies.
that's my LLC now.
Paintball and, I mean, that is sick.
It is
Your
sick,
brother's
right?
dope, bro.
It's not a bad life at any age,
Cool ass brother,
He's
dude.
fucking cool. He's one of the
Going back,
chillest
so yeah, was he
11-year-olds
older brother or
ever.
younger brother?
Younger, 22 months.
Dang, that's so
Yeah,
sick.
he was ripping, bro.
Dude, we gotta go paintballing again. Have you ever gone paintballing?
So fun.
I'm so scared of it. I've done it one time.
dude.
I was horrified. It
You'd be
hurts.
great at it.
Yeah.
Not, dude. Do you guys know the comic Benny and Bazzini? Is one of my best friends.
Sure.
Benny and Bazuna. It's so funny. We went with our friends. They were like, come paintballing with us, and we were like, cool. Worst is like we literally like they would start the game and we'd be like hit because we didn't want to get hit. That's how scared I was.
Really? How old were you?
I was like 30.
Yeah.
It was really scary, dude.
I was like, dude, I was gonna be like, now you can do it, man.
Oh no, bro. This was like,
This was like
39 months ago.
This was yesterday.
Yeah. You guys don't think it hurts?
No, I mean it does, but it's like exciting. It's
Yeah.
not so much pain that it feels dangerous. It feels like the right amount of pain. I mean, when you get pinned down and you can't surrender in time and you're out in the open and you just get lit up,
Yeah.
it sucks, but it's not like I'm more worried about like pulling a hamstring while I'm running or
Really?
something like
How
that.
often do you guys go?
Maybe once a year.
Once a year, yeah.
I'll go with you guys.
Let's go.
Yeah,
I
it's
do,
fun.
but I went to a fantasy football draft and we paintballed and I took that shit so seriously. I was like, I gotta dominate, I gotta destroy. I was like flanking, I played good, but I worked myself up into such a frenzy. I'd be in the bunkers, like my breath was heavy because you got the mask on, and I was just taking it more serious than any of my boys. That night I had like PTSD, I couldn't sleep. I had panic attacks all throughout the night. My
Wow.
friends came out at like 5 in the morning, they're like, what's wrong? I was like, I paintballed too hard. And they were like, dude, chill.
It's so
I
sick.
was a mess, dude. I was a mess.
Dude, that's the person I want on my team, though.
Yeah, sure. No, I left it all out on the field.
Yeah.
But I don't know. This time I'll meditate or something afterwards.
No,
too.
no, dude. I love shit like that. Like, you gotta go hard and everything.
That's what I'm saying. That's,
That's
why with the
sick.
jacking off thing, I'm like, bro,
Yeah.
you're a max effort player. You just go for bro.
I get that, but you also have to do both, though, right? Like, if going back to the jack off thing, it's like, okay, but I have gone hard on jacking off. Now I got to go hard and seeing if I can't.
Right.
Because if I can find that, that's where balance.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if you're
You know.
extreme on both ends, that's moderation.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, because I don't see you going just middle of the road. I see you being one way or the other way.
I'm an all or nothing kind of guy.
Yeah,
I
you're
think
in a
that's
fifth
why
gear.
you and I get along in that way. I think we're both all or nothing kind of guys. You
Yeah.
seem more of like meditative, like in.
Yeah, I think I have my all or nothing moments. If I'm drinking, I'll go to blackout.
Yeah.
If I'm working out, I go hard.
Do you drink a lot still?
No. I drink probably a few times a year now. Probably 4.
I saw
4 or
you in
5.
Vegas when we were performing at that
Oh, that's right.
festival,
Yeah.
and I don't even think you got a single drink that night.
No, I was sober then. Yeah.
I was impressed. I was impressed by that.
Dude, actually, that was like, that was interesting for me because I like kind of like got like semi-sober 24, and I've been kind of like in and out, but like never in a place where I'm drinking every weekend. But that weekend in Vegas at the Life is Beautiful festival, I was like sober, and that was the first time I was like at a festival completely sober and just having a blast. It was life changing. I was like, I'm having way more fun than I would have had if I were boozing.
Yeah.
It was so wild.
You know, I stopped drinking. I'm on 10 months today
Oh, you
Nice,
are?
of
dude.
not drinking.
Nice.
And I have been going. I started in music, so I've been loved going to live shows since I was a kid. I was in bands growing up,
Yeah.
and I think in the last 10 months I've been to all these concerts. It's the first time I realized like it's better sober.
Yeah.
Like music, like at least at my age, I don't know what you guys feel about it, but like
Yeah.
it's like I remember these songs, like
Yeah.
and then I just like looking back at all the concerts I went to when I was fucking fucked up, and I was like, I actually don't remember those
Yeah.
concerts. And this is the biggest thing that was kind of the mind blowing part of that was I went and saw Death Cab for Cutie,
Yeah.
sober,
Maybe in
and
Santa Barbara in October.
with the Postal Service.
Yeah.
I'm going to the one here,
Postal
dude.
Service.
Yeah, it's
That's
Postal Service
that's
Death Cab,
awesome.
bro.
Yeah.
I'll see you there, man.
for sure, for
Shoot,
sure.
dude, we gotta go hard, bro.
That's gonna be fun.
I saw them last year, and so they have this new album out, right? And
Yeah.
like they're one of those bands where I know everything up in like transatlanticism, and like I know all those songs, but after like Codes and Keys or whatever, that album after that, and then after Plans, like there's like 3 albums I never listened to.
Right.
And back when I used to drink at concerts, if a band like that would play an album I didn't know, I'm gonna go get another drink, or I'm gonna go like check out the merch. I'm gonna I don't care about these new songs, just play the hits from back when I was in high school.
Yeah.
But this time, because I was sober, they started playing songs from the new album, and because I was all there, I could hear these songs for the first time.
Right.
And I was like, damn, this new album's a fucking banger, and it
Yeah.
got me into the new Death Cab album.
Yeah.
And I just realized like it was such a different experience to really take in everything of the music, and that's all that was making me high, you know?
That's an age thing too. I think it's like when you're like 8 and you're like when you get candy, you're like, give me all the candy and just
Yeah.
overload my system. And then when you get older, you're like, oh no, I can actually appreciate the taste of a tomato, even if it's not like traditionally what I would like. Like your palate just gets more, I don't know, attuned to things that aren't just like stimulating you right away.
Yeah. Yeah, and it's also like the thing too of like I've done so many of these things, like for parties, for instance. It's like I've been to parties. I don't like if there's a weekend where it's like, come on, let's go out and go to this party.
You know
It's
what
like
it is.
I know what it is, like,
Yeah.
and so like let me try something new, like let me have a child or something, you know?
Yeah, that's what
like-
I'm doing.
Yeah, yeah.
I was like, let's try
that's so
something.
sick,
Dude, I swear to God, I was single for like a year, and I was like, I'm finding this pretty meaningless, and I feel like I'm circling the same experiences. I met someone I was crazy about, and I feel pretty good about my instincts when it comes to those things. And I was like, yeah, let's just do this, and I want to have a brand new set of, because I'll always be the same level of frustrated. I want to orient that around something that's new and that perhaps could be more meaningful.
Yeah. Are you scared?
Terrified. Fucking terrified. I love it. I just push it out of my brain most days because I know there's nothing I can do to prepare myself for what's going to happen. So I just try to be calm and chill. And then when the hard days come, I'll just get through them.
What do you find that like? Are you doing like all the baby books and all the classes?
No, I have all the baby books. I think the thing I primarily do is I talk to friends who are dads a lot.
Yeah.
And I've got a pretty wide range of people from different age brackets and different backgrounds that I've just been trying to glean information from. But what I find is that the advice is always very specific to their experience. There's not much of a common denominator to it other than like it'll change your life, which is kind of hard to build a plan around.
Do you think that when you found out that you were going to have this beautiful family, did it launch you into work harder mode to make more money?
For
and,
sure.
Like,
Yeah, and now that the industry's dead, like I swear, I'm just gonna do anything to make bread right now.
Yeah.
I mean, I come from like I'm lucky that way. Like my family is supportive and has done well, but like I'm gonna start driving Uber like tomorrow.
Yeah, I get that.
Because I also
dude.
want to instill a work ethic in the kids.
You
so
got to, dude.
Let's go.
Yeah, you got to. Because your kid's gonna be a nepo baby, so you got to make sure that you make them
And I'm
work
spoiled,
early.
so they're gonna be more spoiled than I am. But my girlfriend says they're not gonna be spoiled. But
What are you? What's your chemical makeup? You're what?
stoked.
Yeah.
Oh, you
stoked
mean
and-
I'm half Colombian.
So stoked.
For sure.
Yeah, you're half
Colombian people are
Colombian.
stoked.
Yeah, you got to make sure that your kids still have that immigrant mentality to it.
I
They
want
can't
them
just
to.
be the American growing up in the Hollywood system like you.
I drove by this construction site actually earlier today. He was out there
Yeah.
Really?
working the
Just laying
jackhammer.
brick.
Really?
Yeah.
That
Working
is
the jackhammer.
sick,
Yeah.
dude.
Been cleaning skyscrapers.
Dude, yeah,
That's
he's been getting after it.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
so
I was
I'm
like,
just on
JT,
task rabbits.
When
Whatever they
the
ask me to
hell
do,
do
I
you
get on.
jack off, dude?
Dude, while
Dude,
I'm there,
building
dude.
the
buildings,
jackhammer,
bro?
dude.
Dude, bring some binoculars up. Look up that skyscraper. You'll see me up there.
one
giving
hand,
myself
one
a little
hand.
tug.
That's crazy,
Yeah,
bro.
bro.
Dude,
Simultaneous,
cool.
dude.
last
Only
week
sound, dog.
my sewer overflowed. I called the plumber. This guy shows up.
Really?
He's like, "What up, dude? I'm with
Yeah.
Roto-Rooter."
That's crazy. Did you pretend like you didn't know
I
him?
pretend, dude, I was totally in character. I was like, hey, I know you're my dog, but that doesn't exist right now. I'm just a guy doing it.
Yeah.
And he tried not to pay me because he
Really?
figured
I
we were
lowballed the
buddies.
shit out of him.
But I'm like,
Wow.
bro, I'm working for somebody,
Yeah.
right? I need the money.
Yeah,
Well,
that's
he'll-
crazy.
And then I also work as an enforcer for the local mafia at times, so
Do you?
I can switch into that if I have to.
he looked at my situation. He's like, "Ooh, this is gonna be 10 grand."
Let me go back to the truck.
And what'd you say? You were like, I'll do it for 5?
Yeah, I
What
was
is that
like,
like?
I'll do it for $1,000,
They
dude.
tried to just give me some magic mind. I was like, dude, no, I need more than that, bro.
That's so. Are you and your girlfriend? Is kids on the?
Yeah, she's younger, so probably not for 4 or 5 years.
She's younger. How old is she?
25.
Okay. Your skin is beautiful.
Dude, thank you. I appreciate that.
It really is.
I,
You look 20.
Dude, so do you.
No, I don't. No, I don't.
You do.
I look like Danny Trejo before.
Dude,
Dude, look at these. Look at
Don't
these
even
marks,
fish
dude.
like that, bro.
I look like Pablo Torre from ESPN if he fell off a truck. That's,
Pablo Torre. I can't remember what he looks like. Which one's
he looks
Pablo
like this,
Torre?
except for he didn't fall off a truck. But you literally.
You don't think you're boyish and cute?
I don't think I'm. I think I'm like an LA 6 and maybe an Iowa 8.
That's great. Those are good
Yeah,
numbers.
yeah, I'm not gonna
6
like,
is
yeah.
good.
Thank you. I appreciate that, but I'm not like a hard fucking 9.5 like you.
Oh,
But he's beautiful.
Oh,
I mean,
beautiful.
You know, yeah.
Oh, dude, thank
You
you.
also have that thing where your head's big, but it's not distracting.
Wow, dude.
It's like very like
Thank you.
actor.
It's right sized for an
Yeah,
actor. It looks
yeah.
great on camera.
Oh, dude, thanks.
We should do another season of your guys' Netflix show and make sure that we just put the posters of your face, and I think everybody would watch.
Yeah, we tried that.
dude. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, just him though.
No, I copied it. If you go anywhere overseas, it's just his.
Is it
face.
really? That's so
Yeah,
funny.
yeah,
Is that
yeah.
true?
No.
That'd be so funny. They're like, this guy's Colombian. Get him off the poster.
I co-signed it. Whatever makes people watch.
No, it's beautiful. No lines. We're not
dude,
gonna move
thanks.
off this topic.
I think it's my gene. I think I should have good genes.
Really? Are your
My
parents
mom
good-looking?
looks both my parents look very young.
Mm-hmm.
But I just started looking like an adult at age 30.
Yeah.
Before that, people were like, "What are you, like 16?"
Mm.
But
That's good though. Maintain that.
yeah.
Did you hate that when you were a kid, and now I'm assuming you appreciate
Yeah, I hated being short. I remember one time I went to this guy Drew, who was like my proctor, who was like the senior guy in my hall in my dorm at boarding school, and I was so excited because I started school. I was like 4'10", high school.
4'10"?
I was tiny, and
It's
then
like one of those heights that you've never heard before.
I know, and then you're like when you
Except for Rosie Perez.
dude.
She's
oh, yeah.
4'10"?
I don't know.
Dude, when I broke 5 feet, I was
Yeah.
so excited.
You're like, I can dunk.
I was like, I'm 5 feet. This is I never thought this would happen. And then I went up to Drew, who was like 6'2", and when I got to be 5'6", I was like, dude, I'm 5'6". And he's like, that's not tall. And I was like, fuck.
He kept you
Damn,
chasing.
Drew.
That's
Dude,
what
he
keeps you
did, yeah.
motivated though.
Drew, that lanky fuck, if you're out there.
Drew.
you
I
got
do
me.
wonder. Do you think height will be adjustable in the not so distant future
Yeah.
though?
Gattaca style.
Yeah, dude, that's one of my favorite movies of
yes,
all time.
yeah.
Roger Ebert said that should have won the Pulitzer for best movie that year. He wanted them to like start a
Dude,
Pulitzer.
Did
for
you guys
best
watch
movie.
that in science class?
No,
We watched it in
HBO.
science class.
It's a great movie about eugenics and like the future we could be headed towards. But I like it because at the end it's about determination.
You know what's interesting about you, man, is that like you are a prototype that I don't think gets enough love, which is an extremely well-read, intelligent bro
I know what you're up to here.
What? No, I'm telling you the truth. You're literally talking about like Gattaca, and then you're talking about Pulitzer, and like that whole argument we had about words, you know all the right answers, and you're pretending like you don't.
Yeah, I probably do know the right answer.
Yeah, you're a really well-read science
you're
guy.
Very nice.
How many books do you read a year?
I don't know.
That's a lot. That means a lot.
Yeah.
If you're really dumb, you'd be like fucking 4, dude.
It's taking me forever to get through this Elmore Leonard book because I've been taking too many breaks to masturbate. Yeah.
No, and while you're also working for your kids and fixing his sewer, you're doing a lot.
That was tough with the sewer. That took up a lot of reading time.
But
what about you?
You're a science fiction guy, aren't you?
No, I don't like science fiction.
What do you like? Nonfiction?
I don't have a favorite genre. What's your favorite genre?
I don't read books. I don't. I'm one of those people.
Let's spin it back to you. You sent me your script that you wrote about a K-pop group.
Yeah.
It's phenomenal.
Thank you so much.
How'd you do the research for that?
I am diagnosed OCD. And it's like the emotional one, and it's like I literally took like one of those big tests for it. Like, so there's you can't do brain scans for like depression or any of those things, but there's like that, I don't remember what it's called, but I did it twice. There's this test that you take. It's like 7 hours of questioning. You do like play with blocks. You do and I did a sleep study and all this stuff, and I got like OCD in the extreme range. And the reason why I'm saying that is that like I get obsessed with things I really love, and like that one I got obsessed with like K-pop and the behind the scenes of it, and weirdly offshoot of that, just like the music business. So it was like all around the world, like in different styles of that. So I just like dove in super hard and just went. I got books. I watched every video I could find. I did interviews with people.
Oh, interesting.
I went hard on that one.
And what was your big takeaway from what like K-pop is like?
You know, it's an interesting one. I have a lot of I have a lot of feelings. Like everything is so many things, you know. Like, and I think it's hard to just
summarize it.
Yeah, because it's like, in general, I'll say this. I think that it's fascinating how much a well-oiled machine and the culture of Asian countries, especially ones that are successful right now, understand. Again, going back to things that are sacred, like how culture only grows if you're looking out for it as a community, as groupthink, and that you're trying to grow together, as opposed to a lot of times, I think in our capitalist American society, it feels a little individualistic, which is totally fine sometimes. But like, I think that K-pop is a good example of what it looks like for a machine to care about it as a group as opposed to a star.
Right.
And the star in K-pop is
the group.
Korea.
Whoa.
And and I think that, and they are incredible. They are, you could say there's a lot of negatives to anything, the same way that there's a lot of negatives to when Motown was around. Like, don't tell me that the Jackson, like all the negative things you hear about K-pop where they're like,
those are across the board in any kind of entertainment industry. There's people ripping them off or using them for their own gains.
And people are like, they're being treated like crap, and I'm sure that they are. And I'm not advocating that they should whatever, they should get what they're due.
But it might be worth it.
Well, the thing is like they are the best at what they do, and they want to do it. Like if you were to put me in a place where they were like, we're comics, like. For how long did people tell us going to open mics for no money and not sleeping 4 hours, losing money for years? Everyone's like, dude, they're treating you like shit. That's awful. And we were like, I need to get better though, because when it comes, I'll be ready. And that was right. And at least for us. And so like, I think there's just, but what I'm trying to get at is like, yes, there are negatives to those things, but to put that aside for a second, like you could even just look at like, what K-pop is doing, like the negatives that you find there, don't tell me that didn't happen to the Jackson 5.
Right.
And that was America that was doing it. And like, I think that capitalist system that K-pop didn't invent the dangerous capitalistic dangers of the music industry. I think modern America did, and K-pop perfected it.
Right.
Like it started in Motown basically with the Jackson 5, generally speaking, and then you could see how K-pop took a machine and was like, we'll make it better.
Right, they could bring it into their kind of collective spirit and do away with a lot of the eccentricities and just make it a machine that just goes every time.
Yeah, and the machine is also still art, you know, like I think that's the thing that people tend to do, and especially in our societies, they make things so black and white, but like the truth is a lot of things are orange or like turquoise. And the thing about K-pop is that like it is a machine, but that doesn't also mean that it's not extremely specific and artful, and
or that we can even tell the difference of whether it comes from a machine or not.
Yes.
Like we'll just apply like a backstory to it that makes sense for how our brains want to think about it, but the truth is it could be anything that churns it out, and we'll just appreciate it for the thing they churn out.
Well, dude, that's the thing about also like, and I'm not saying because I don't know it. I know that I'm like ignorant to so many things, but I'm just in my craziness of that script that we're talking about. I know this is like a tangent, so sorry, but like that the part of that script is that idea of like we'll make up these stories that just make sense for our realities that we happen to be in, and our reality is that we're born in America, we're raised American, we understand an American system. We'll never understand other country system if you've never lived in it, right? So like. And my example of that is like, this is going to sound crazy, but like back in like the 70s and 80s, you would see that every other culture wanted to be American. And this is generally speaking. I know that there's like outliers and other things, but like just generally, and I, again, could be wrong, but like, I think I'm not. There's like other cultures wanted to be American. You know, KFC was moving to like Korea, you know, like McDonald's is coming to China and all these things. And, the West infiltrated the East when those countries were more developing. What I don't think anybody's realized now is that it's completely flipped.
It's reversed.
Because, but America doesn't even want to believe that reality, like you're saying. We're making up a story that they still want to be like us. But like, the East is completely infiltrating the West. It's like, whether it's TikTok, whether it's
That'll be good
K-pop,
for us to get humbled a little bit that way.
Yeah, and that's just the cycle, like, but you know, I think it is a very interesting thing where people's reality is like, oh, you know, that pride that they're finding, that it's actually like, it's just that story that you're making up might not be real because you can't see it, you know. But
when did K-pop emerge?
It's been around for a long time, like and there's different like eras of it,
right?
But like the modern K-pop era of it is the one that I'm focusing on this one. But you know, there's been like, there's also like J-pop, you know, like other things like that. But I think that like, you know, you could go back to the 90s and see stars from there. I don't think it's been as global until now, but
yeah,
you know.
yeah, it seems like it kind of infiltrated our culture within the past 10 years. Would you say?
Yeah, and it's dope too. I think it's cool. Like, you know,
is KSI or no? Is it PSI?
KSI from KSI is the fucking dude, the black dude.
Oh,
yeah, bro.
He's athletic, dude. He throws good. I mean, he's a little wild with it, but he can throw some power.
Dude,
I think
you know what we should do? We should all go to that Nate Diaz Jake Paul fight, man.
I'm worried.
Why?
I think Nate Diaz is gonna get rocked.
Oh, dude.
Oh man, I don't want him to. You think so too?
No, I said that'd be tough. I don't want to see that.
Yeah, it would be sad.
When's that gonna happen?
August.
Okay. Is that in LA?
No, it's in Dallas, Texas.
Ooh.
Great place. Love Dallas.
Wonderful
Shout out
city.
Dallas.
So you were in the season of The Bear.
I am in the shout out everybody from The Bear. The best. I love the, like, seriously, like, I'm literally wearing this shirt because I'm like a legitimate fan.
Yeah.
Like,
It's good, dude. It's a really good show.
Are you guys caught up on season 2?
I haven't watched all of season 2, but I caught your episode.
What an
it's a great
incredible
episode.
episode.
But I actually auditioned for Garrett.
You did?
Yeah.
Let's put the tape up.
Dude, we should put my tape up.
Put the tape up, bro.
You know, I watched it. I was like,
you would have been a great Garrett.
No, I watched it. I was like, dude, you nailed that.
No, you would have been
No,
great.
I watched it. I was like, yeah, no, I appreciate that, but no, dude, you nailed it.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
It's thank you, but it's the writing is incredible, and this, you know, Chris Storer, who is a dear friend. I love you, Chris. Is he's a genius, and everyone he surrounds himself with, the actors on that show, the writers, like everybody is at the top of their game. They go hard and they love it. It's beautiful. So it was easy for me to come in.
What does that mean to go hard? Like they're just working on it all the time?
You know, that's an interesting. I love that question actually. Like, I think that like I want to hear what you think it is, but the way I mean that is just like, I think going hard is literally like loving something so much because you know that it affects not only you but other people.
It's important.
It's important. It's sacred. Like,
And so you treat it with that kind of importance. You can feel that they're living and dying on it.
when I was on the set of The Bear, which is the coolest set I've ever been on, it was like sports. Like, you got there and it was, and I mean that in the most beautiful way. It was hype. It was fast paced. Everyone was pulling their weight. Like, if you had to get back, like in basketball, if you have to get back and play D, it was the same thing with like, let's move these sticks so we can get this next shot.
Right.
Yeah.
And like,
So it feels like the show a little bit.
it does, man. And I think that everybody there cared and everybody there like really, yeah. So it goes back to the thing of like, I appreciate the compliment, but really I was going into a machine that you know, I was set up to succeed in.
I mean, it's so, like you see these shows like The Bear, Succession, where it's just like, it seems like, I think that's the dream, is to get on a show like that, where it's just like or to write for a show like that, to be a creator of a show like that, where it's just like, it becomes that thing where it's like, where people watch it and they can feel the love
Yeah, bro.
from the people who made it.
I love, and that's the thing. It's just like anything that is just bleeding earnesty, even if it's comedy, like even if it's like Hot Rod is so earnest to me. Like they think it's funny. You can feel that.
Yeah.
And I totally agree. It's the most manly thing is to care. So it's like, and The Bear feels very manly, you know, like, and Storer again. I love Chris Storer and Cooper Wade and everyone that's involved with it, like all these, and Joanna, like they also made it such a family affair, you know, like if you look at the posters, like they put their friends' posters, they do shout outs, like Bo Burnham is shout out in it, and they've been friends forever. Like that love is like, they really put their life into it too, and I think that that's cool to do as well.
Yeah.
So you talk about, it seems like you have a couple things that kind of are like a way that you unify the way you look at the world. It sounds like the sacred and the machine. I've heard you use those phrases a couple times, at least today.
The machine thing is new though, because I think the reason why I'm using that is because like I was going through a tough time recently, and now I'm realizing I want to get better. So I think it's just in my brain to
Do
like.
you think of yourself as a machine?
No. I mean, when I'm jerking off for hours, yeah, like in the bad sense, you know. But I don't know if I hope someday I do, in a good way.
Oh, interesting. So it's a positive thing to be a machine.
Yeah, I think so. If that's what if you want it to be positive.
Because you're running good.
Yeah, I'm a well-oiled machine. Like, and I like, you know, we all like a car that runs well.
Absolutely.
It's like functioning well.
Yeah, and sometimes like it breaks down and you go to the shop and you fix your machine. Like,
Yeah, he'll fix it.
yeah, I
I'm
believe
doing that too. I'm working
and I'll
at a
pay you
mechanics
double,
over there.
dude, because you need to support that family because
Dude,
I
I got
care.
2 kids on the way, brother. They're little
Do you
machines,
have names
dude.
for them?
Yes, I do. I'm not allowed to say them, but I'll tell you off mic.
Really? Do you know the genders?
I do, boy and a girl.
Wow, that's interesting.
Yeah, it'll be cool. And you know, I grew up in a man-only house. Dude, you know what's been interesting?
You're gonna name them paintball and
I'll get
ladies.
real about that. Yeah, paintball and ladies. But the girl is paintball, the boy is ladies. It's also been interesting to see the way it affects other people in my life. Like my mom, she's going super alpha right now.
Interesting.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, like I've needed some space just so I could keep like, you know, my blinders on and just be focused. She felt a little out of the loop when it was coming to the happenings of the kids. And so she called me the other night and was like, I am the mother. I need to know what is happening. Wow. And it was like, you know, she wants to be in the inner sanctum of the decision making and of the knowledge and stuff like that. And I should be calling her more. But it's like, it's revealing a lot. It just heightens everything a little bit with everybody.
Does it make you appreciate, even though if it's annoying, does it make you appreciate your mom more, or does it make you pull away from your mom?
Both. It just makes everything bigger. And then it also makes me accept her more, which I think is the most important thing. Because I think back in the day, she would have said something like that, and I've been like, yo, lady, chill. And now I'm like, Mom, I understand. I'll text you more. Because it just doesn't even behoove me to fight. It's just going to cause more friction. I don't have that. I don't have the bandwidth for friction right now.
Yeah. Does in this time of high stress, are you and your lady fighting more?
Less. I've gotten less moody. I'm trying to, you know what's funny? I read this thing about masculinity that they asked a bunch of kids what are masculine emotions, and the two they picked were anger and excitement.
Whoa.
And I'm very comfortable with both of those, but I've been trying to shoehorn more of it into excitement. So I'd say I'm excited 85% of the time, and then 15% of the time I'm moody and need to isolate. But I'm okay with that ratio. I'm okay with that right now.
Do you find that? What about you? Like, do you find? I can't imagine you ever angry and isolating.
Angry and isolated? I think I get angry sometimes. I think a lot of my focus is definitely inward. And so I'm always I guess I'm always thinking like, what's the next step kind of thing, or like, but it's also like, like lately it's trying to capitalize too on that excitement. And because I feel like, you know, basically with everything we're doing with like stand up or like making videos or anything like that, it's like trying to capture that, like we were talking about, like that passion. So I think that's what I think about a lot of the time. I think I definitely have anger, but I think I'm just like more just I'm always kind of future tripping.
Yeah.
That's my main thing, is I'm always thinking about the future, and now I'm more sort of at peace. I've been listening to these like books on tape about how to be more present and like not have your circumstances or whatever dictate how you feel. And I think I'm getting to a place like that, which feels good.
That's great.
And then you're able to relax about the future.
I would also say I think you're temperamentally very chill, but I would think like your internal system is extreme as well. Not in a bad way either. It's overall a total positive. Like you have an intense hunger to like move forward and to produce and to like make your dreams a reality. Yeah,
I'd say that's the big thing. Because when people say, they're like, "Oh, you're so chill," I don't feel that way.
Yeah.
But I've always had that exterior.
No, we don't fight it. I mean, we get frustrated with each other often, but we're both pretty easy on each other.
Yeah.
You have to be if you're working together all the time. Yeah. It's like a relationship.
Yeah, especially if you guys are doing so many different things. It's like so many mediums. I think that you know, I just wanted to say this because somebody told me this and it's been so in my head forever, because like that present thing, is that a phrase that a person, his name is Guy, helped me with, that I love telling to myself now to stay more present, is whenever I realize I'm future tripping, I like have to say out loud, I have everything I need right now and I deserve everything I want.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
And I always loved
great.
that. Yeah. And it's been, and even just that snap.
Yeah.
I'm saying like, I have everything I need right now and I deserve everything I want.
Yeah. And it's like, it's finding those moments of appreciation where like I have this dog. I love this dog so much. I'll just be walking the dog. I'm like, I get to walk a cute golden retriever.
Yeah.
That's the best thing in the world.
Yes.
You know?
You got to appreciate that.
Yeah.
Those little things.
It's like I gotta do that. Like that's something I dreamt about as a kid, is like having my own dog.
Yeah.
And then it's like having that moment where you're like, why am I thinking about fucking TikTok? Well, I have this sacred creature.
Yeah.
Right. You know what I mean? And it's those little moments where
that you care for it too. It's very pure.
Yeah. You just you look at it, you're like, I love the shit out of you.
Sure, it also helps when you do go back to this. So it's like if I go like, whoa, I can't believe I get to walk this beautiful dog.
Yeah.
And then when you go, I should go make a TikTok video. I assume because if that's the order, your TikTok video becomes more easy to conquer because you're coming in a little more positive. You know, you're not looking at more negatives. And I know it's like a small minutia thing, but it's like stacking that up as much as possible.
Do you think you work better when you're in a good headspace?
Dude, that is the ultimate question, I think, for anybody that's creative, is like, I think some of the best work I've ever done came out of frustration and anger.
Right.
And the process of getting there, I would never want to do again. But then like, and you know, it's I don't know. I don't know.
Well, it's energy, right? Like anger's energy. So if you can channel it, it's gonna be productive.
You know what's crazy though is that I think that my best work might have come from that, and it might still be always that way. But my best self to others was bad, and I think I would rather be a better person than be a better artist.
When you're frustrated or you feel those emotions, are you like, I need to do something with this in terms of creating?
I mean, maybe. I don't know. I mean, some of my friends who have known me for a long time have seen, like, I used to get crazy. I'm like, I mean, you've, like, have heard, like, it's just, I was a wild man, but, like, and I was very angry. And I think in the last couple of years, my friends have helped me calm down and let me see the light. But, like, I think that sometimes, but I look back in those times and I go, I think I was trying to prove somebody wrong more so than me being like, I got to put this out to get this out of me. Instead, I'd be like, well, yeah, motherfucker, we'll check this shit out. Yeah. Instead of being like, I'm frustrated, maybe I should go make a movie.
Right.
Instead, it was like, I'm going to make a fucking movie and then you're going to have sex with me. Like some bullshit.
Right.
Like, and that... It might have made some good shit, but, like, I don't know if I want to keep doing that, you know?
Or take a break and then you can always go back to it.
Exactly.
I think it's okay to feel that way. You just, there's always different ways to go. I guess I don't want to be one thing all the time. I don't mind operating on anger, but if I think about my life doing that forever, that seems a little bit constrained. But if it's like, hey, you're going to have 1 year of anger, 1 year of peace, and then you'll alternate to something else, I'm like, yeah, sign me up for that.
Do you guys take SSRIs or, like, any
I was just about to say, I take like bipolar anxiety medication, but I've been lowering my dose progressively over the last 8 months. And I have had more manic days as a result. But overall, I feel good. And the reason I did it was the medication was making me more calm, but it was also making me more afraid. I had less energy to, like, pull the trigger or like say the thing I wanted to say, because I was, like, being almost too analytical. It was putting me into my neurotic brain more. And now I'm less afraid, and I'm probably a little bit too much sometimes for the people I'm around, but I'd rather be, like, active and feel like I have the energy to attack things than to be kind of afraid.
Yeah, I just started Zoloft, and so, like, do you find that were you anxious in your head when in those moments?
Yes.
Interesting. And then have you found that
I'm less in my head now.
Are you anxious about in a different way?
No, I'd actually say I'm less anxious because I'm kind of just letting it out.
Yeah.
I'm probably a bit more chaotic, but I feel overall more regulated because I probably somewhat self-soothe by being a bit exaggerated in my communication or in my behavior.
Yeah, that's interesting. It's like, and I always struggle with this idea too of, like, I avoided trying to take anything for so long.
That's noble. Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, I want to have, but then, like, I would have these insane outbursts and, like, manic days, and, like, it was I had a manic episode when I was at Life is Beautiful, and, like,
oh, really?
Just out of my mind, and, like, and that's when I went and took those tests, and then they were like, yo, you have, like, high anxiety, OCD, like, and this was like a pretty high level doctor, and I was just like, I was like, okay, I'll try this pill, and it, like, definitely, like, helped, but, like, I also want to, like, inside of that, now that I've done the pill, like, I also do want to at some point weed down and get off of it to find who the real me with nothing in me is, because like I get that, like, I want to see the spectrum of what it's like to be on it, what it's like to be off of it when I didn't know what it was, and I eventually want to find that space where it's just me.
Yeah, I also didn't want to be afraid to go down on my dose. I don't know if I'll ever go all the way off of it, but I didn't want to be so dependent on it to feel like I was okay. So I was like, let's go down a little bit and let's just test it out and have confidence in yourself that you'll be able to figure it out. And then if you need to go back up, you'll go back up. But it was making me, I was like it was like such a like safety crutch for me. I was like, well, I have this and this will make me okay. And I was like, well, I don't want to be, especially if I'm having kids and I have a family and I got to be kind of okay with the chaos around me. I was like, I need to feel like I'm at a level that's chaotic enough to deal with it almost.
Yeah. Have you ever taken them?
No. I was on Adderall in college, but no.
That's an epidemic that no one's talking about.
It's horrible.
And there's a shortage right now, right? So there's a bunch of people just like itching themselves.
Yeah, it's weird. It's also weird because it's like they say that I don't know the exact number, but it's like whether it's like say it's like 5% of people by that standard of that test has actual ADHD or whatever.
Yeah.
But then you like ask everyone, it's like 90% of people I know are on Adderall. And I'm like, that number doesn't even like match up.
It's ridiculous. Yeah, I took the test and I was diagnosed with it, and I knew I was like, I don't have ADD. I'm just lazy.
Yeah.
Like there's no, I don't. This is stupid.
Were you on it? Like, were you abusing it when you were using it?
Oh yeah. And so in high school or like college during exams, I would take like 10.
Yeah.
Just put on Rage Against the Machine and just crank out a philosophy paper.
Yeah.
And my heart would be beating so fast. And then I remember like during midterms one time, I took so much Adderall. I would always have to like get a double tall can of Bud Light to like calm down.
Yeah.
And my buddy's like, "You're drinking during midterms?" I was like, "It's Adderall." Like I fucking I need to slow my heart down.
Honestly, though, that's pretty
It's all the
sick,
things
though.
that shoot off of it.
Yeah.
Like to soothe the come down.
Yeah.
That's like, honestly, and I
brutal.
mean this because I actually love this band. That sounds
Yeah.
like a sick Chainsmokers music video. Like taking Adderall and drinking Bud Light and midterms. It's like that sounds like lyrics
Drinking
to a
Bud Light,
Chains.
Drinking Bud Light at midterms.
Drinking Bud Light at
We should make
midterms.
that
Like,
song.
that is basically the chorus would be like, "Take me back, even though I treated you like shit."
Yeah.
You know, like I love the Chainsmokers.
They got some bangers.
They're fucking
Dude,
sick.
Roses?
They're around too. You can see them.
Yeah, I've seen them 4 times live.
Really?
Yeah, I swear.
That's a lot.
Shout out Joe Coy. When we were on tour, I used to tour at Joe Coy, and
Oh, that's
like
awesome.
every time the Chainsmokers were in town, when we
Yeah.
were in town, we went and saw them.
Yeah.
Because it was a great time. Like, not ironically, like we loved it.
No, they're
And
good.
They're cool, and like that one, they had like at one point like we saw them in New York City, and they brought out like one of those like Mad Max like balls with like the motorcyclists like going.
Oh, they
around.
did?
Doing the
Yeah, like
loop-de-loops
during like
and-
Paris is playing. Like,
Really?
and we were like,
Yeah,
this is
dude.
crazy, dude.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it was so sick.
Touring with Joe Coy, that must have been awesome.
It was the best. He's like he's the best, dude.
Yeah.
He's been an incredible influence in my life. And speaking of a comic that you should talk to Joe Coy about being a dad, man. He's a great father.
We had him on the
yeah.
pod, but it was
Yeah.
before I had gotten to that stage. But
Oh
yeah,
man, was he fun?
Yeah, he was super nice. It was over Zoom though, so those ones never
was all, like,
have the same
choppy.
connection.
He's
Yeah.
the best, dude. I love Joe. Shout out Joe. And it's that motherfucker's doing stadiums, like
Yeah.
Yeah, he's got like 6 trucks.
crazy.
Yeah, it's crazy. Like, he's going like playing the United Center, like where the Jordan played. You know,
Yeah.
like
He's so inspiring. Like I watched his last special. I like there's certain stamps I like to watch for their comedy, but also just because it's like watching them just you're just so happy to see them
Someone
doing
who
that.
are you
shit.
loving right now?
Who am I loving right now?
Whether
Dude,
big or
you know
not
what I'm loving right
small,
now?
yeah.
Ron White.
Oh, it's so cool. He
Yeah.
also, how crazy is it that he stopped drinking?
Yeah.
That's nuts.
I never saw that coming.
Yeah.
Really cool.
I love Ron White. Just his whole presentation.
Yeah,
It's
dude.
awesome.
It's so cool.
And he's just like, man, like, and he's like, he's like, yeah, I got a jet.
Yeah.
You know, I went on a yacht with Dr. Phil.
Yeah.
And you're just like, I just love him.
You know what he's like? He's like a classy TV dinner.
Yeah.
Like there's
yeah.
like something weird about it where you're like, oh, this is like an everyday man who's super
Yeah.
high class. Like it's
Yeah.
so weird.
He's like choosing to be
Yeah.
a TV dinner.
Yeah.
He could be filet mignon. He's like, I'd rather be a TV dinner.
Yeah, and he tastes better that way.
Yeah, no,
Like,
it's empowering.
It's so cool. Like, yeah, I love that. That's so,
Yeah.
I want to see him live. You know who I saw live that I didn't expect to be such a banger of a show? I always thought it was funny, but I saw George Lopez.
Oh, yeah.
I saw him in Vegas.
Yeah.
I just wanted to go see what George Lopez's live show is like. And
Yeah.
that shit was a banger, dude.
Yeah.
He was like just to the minute, like just the biggest applause breaks, just
Yeah.
killing.
He's so funny.
You know who's really funny right now that we all came up with that I just like blows my mind how funny they are is Jason Cheney. Have you guys know Jason Cheney?
Oh, I've been seeing him on like, is he from Orange County?
He's from Orange County.
I
yeah.
remember him like maybe like 8 or 9 years ago.
And he was
like
bad.
Yeah, like like the Ice House. I
Yeah.
did the Ice House like audition to get on like the second stage.
Yeah.
And I remember him being there.
Yeah, I mean, he will be the first one to say it. He like didn't know what he was doing because he's like from Taiwan. Like
Yeah.
he has an accent. Like English is like his third language or something.
Yeah.
And like he would talk about how he was so bad at it, and then he really figured it out. That dude is funny. So if like
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys have seen, you should check out Jason.
No, I'm not
He's
familiar.
so
I'll give him a
funny,
Google
man.
when I get
Yeah,
home.
he's crushing it.
Best.
Do you guys want to answer some cues?
Yeah.
Sure.
You know what? I'm so bad at podcasts. I feel like I just did it right there. I need to stop saying the word like.
I say yeah.
dude.
We all have our go-tos.
I guarantee no one's gonna notice it unless like people knock on us for saying yeah too much, or but you know.
Yeah. Now that we
like,
brought it up, they're gonna notice.
Yeah, but I think you notice it way more in your head.
I did do Adam Carolla's podcast, and the top comment was, "For the love of Christ, stop saying like."
We've gotten that before. Yeah.
I'm sorry, guy. That guy's probably following me around now.
Dude, yeah.
Just fucking going deep.
What'd you think of the Magic Mind?
Incredible.
Dude, did you get a boost?
Who needs Adderall?
Dude, that right? Nootropics?
Do more.
I love this
It's
stuff.
beautiful.
All right, you ready for some cues?
This actually was amazing.
Guys, I'm interrupting this podcast to piss off the people that are annoyed that we do ads. We are brought to you by, well, we're on tour. Come see us. Fort Wayne, Indiana this weekend. We got Irvine coming up in the fall. We got a lot of fall dates. Go challengejt.com to get your tickets now. We're also brought to you by the legends Helix Sleep. Helix has the best mattresses in the game, 20 unique mattresses, including the award-winning Luxe Collection, the newly released Helix Elite Collection, a mattress designed for big and tall sleepers, and even a mattress made just for kids. What up? So how do you know which Helix mattress works for you? Well, there's a Helix Sleep Quiz. It'll find you the perfect mattress in under 2 minutes, and your personalized mattress is shipped straight to your door free of charge. Helix knows there's no better way to test out a new mattress than by sleeping on your own home. That's why they offer a 100-night free trial and 10 to 15-year warranty to try out your new Helix mattress. What up? Everyone's unique. Everyone has differences. I love Helix. I use the firm mattress, but it has some softness to it. Best sleep in my life. I can't recommend them enough. If you want to get good sleep, get Helix. They're offering 20% off all mattress orders and 2 free pillows for our listeners. Go to helixsleep.com/go deep. This is their best offer yet, and it won't last long. With Helix, better sleep starts now. Our next sponsor is brought to you by, these guys are legends, Liquid IV. I'm so stoked that they're on board because I use Liquid IV before they even came on board, because it's the number one powdered hydration brand in America, and they have sugar-free. So you can get 0 sugar hydration solution with no artificial sweeteners. That's 3 times the electrolytes of the leading sports drink, plus 8 vitamins and nutrients for everyday wellness. Liquid IV hydrates 2 times faster than water alone. Guys, if you want to get your hydration on point, get Liquid IV, and it's sugar-free. That means it tastes good, and you're not getting a bunch of sugar, so you're just getting pure hydration. That's what we're talking about. And what's it good for? I drink it in the morning, after a workout, if I'm thirsty at night. This one's crucial. After a hangover, during a hangover, whoa, mama, they are game changers. I love Liquid IV. I reached out to them a few years ago. I was like, can you sponsor the pod? And I'm glad they're finally doing it. And they're so legit. They're so good, and they'll keep your hydration on point. They're real people, real flavor, real hydrating, now sugar-free. Grab your Liquid IV Hydration Multiplier, sugar-free in bulk, nationwide at Costco, or get 20% off when you go liquidiv.com and use code GODEEP at checkout. That's 20% off anything you order when you use promo code GODEEP at liquidiv.com. All right, let's get back to the show.
What up, Stoke Lords and other dank S? I'm 26 years old and have yet to lose my virginity. It's something I'm very insecure about and don't tell a lot of people. Lately, I've been seeing this girl, though, and I think I have a strong connection with her. We've gone on 2 dates so far, got a smooch on the second one, and we're looking to hang out even more, and I can see us eventually becoming intimate with each other. How should I go about telling her I'm a virgin without scaring her off? I don't want her to think that I'll fall in love with her immediately after boning for the first time, and I don't want her to be bummed if I can't please her sexually. Should I tell her in advance or after? It seems wrong to say something after our first time, but what do you think? At what point should I tell her in the relationship? Any advice for my first time in the sack? Some Strider tongue darts? Or keep it low key and just get the job done? Also, to make things more complicated, we work together in a small office.
Damn.
Thanks, dudes. You're my heroes and you keep my stoke up. P.S. New movement to fight for. Stop the virgin shaming. Much love.
I think I would just relax.
Yeah, for sure.
Take it easy. I would definitely, drink some magic. Drink some Magic Mind, dude. You'll definitely get laid, brother.
You'll be state of the art.
I think I would just chill out. I future trip, but not try not to put too much pressure on yourself. Although if you do get in the sack with her, you got to do some tongue darts right away. As soon as she unwails it, you just you start darting.
just to blow her mind. But I would say relax. It'll come. It'll happen, and you will splooge.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think you don't have to do anything. You don't have to do anything. If you want to tell her, that's great. If you don't want to tell her, I don't think you are obligated to do so, unless it's important to you to feel that intimate connection, to kind of be vulnerable. I think it's wonderful then if you tell her. I wouldn't even want to give you sex tips on what, not even that I have some, but I do. But I think you just go in there and just really focus on connecting with her and making her feel comfortable. And I think she'll probably be a nice gal, and she'll do the same for you. And whatever it ends up being, as long as you guys are, taking care of each other in like a connected way, you'll be rock solid, dude.
Wow.
And then the small office thing, I totally get that. Because when I was in high school, I was afraid to bone because I thought it would circle back to the school that I was bad at boning. And then everyone would think I was a dork or a loser. Here's the thing, dude. I lost my virginity late. No one can even tell. This is the other thing you need to know. Everyone's pretty bad at boning. That's why it's more about the connection. Because people don't really remember the gyrations or the movements or if you busted quick or if you lasted forever.
Yeah.
What they really remember is like how you made them feel in that experience. So as long as you're a willing participant, you're solid.
That's cool. Well, how old were you when you lost your virginity?
24.
Wow.
It was the best.
Somebody you love?
I loved her.
That's fucking awesome, man.
It was beautiful.
I love that.
And I thought I didn't tell her I was a virgin, and she told me later I did tell her. So it must have slipped out, but I didn't even notice because we were so, not in flagrante, but in connectione.
Yeah, and yeah, I think, look, like, it sounds like you guys got a good rapport. What's his name?
His name is
Virgin guy?
Anonymous.
Oh, of course it is. Don't be scared, bro. You just scream at the top of your lungs who you are, bro. You are a virgin and you're cool, dude. Look, Anon, I'll tell you that I think that it sounds like you and this woman have a very cool connection. You guys work together. You guys talk. It sounds like you guys are intimately connected in so many different ways outside of the bedroom. You could just be honest with her and tell her, and that I would wait for a moment when you guys are really vibing. Like you're making her laugh, you guys are kissing, you're cuddling, it might get intimate, and then you just say, I have something to tell you. I'm really scared of this. Do all the things you just told us. I'm really scared of this. I don't want to be bad because I really like you. I've never fucked before. And I guarantee that she is going to rip your fucking pants off.
She's going to love it.
Yeah, she's going to love it. And dude, you know what else is sexy? Asking for help. Ask her, like, what do you want? What should I do?
What I was even going to say, a lot of dudes, we go into our first time trying to be sexy.
Yeah.
But you know what girls like a lot too? When you're cute. That's sexy to them.
Dude.
And you know what's cute? You telling her how you feel. And it's scary sometimes to be cute because we want to be like sexy. But a sexy guy's not afraid to be cute. So just go in there and tell her how you feel, brother.
Being cute is sexy. Dude, also the other thing is that if you're 26, I'm assuming that she's, in her 20s. Dude, like, if you're scared of her going to her friends being like, he was a virgin and they're going to make fun, that's not going to happen. If you guys are cool and it was fun, she's going to go to her friends and be like, he was a virgin. They're going to be like, that's sick. You took someone's virginity. Like, she's a fucking adult. Like, and that she's not going to treat you poorly. Like,
no, and she's going to think you're pure. She's going to love it.
Yeah, that's so dope.
When I was a virgin, I thought it would be better if I had herpes than if I was a virgin.
Why?
Because then at least they think I'm out there banging and I have some experience. And now I have herpes. And the truth is, neither one's really a deterrent. No one cares.
It doesn't matter.
None of it matters.
It doesn't matter. And that, dude, you got it, bro.
He's got it. He's a great guy.
Yeah, he's a good dude.
I got a lot of faith in this guy.
Yeah, he's cool. Very thorough.
And maybe the woman you love might be a woman you want to tell that you're a virgin who accepts you still. So it's a good filtering process.
Yes. Okay, that's the other important part. If you do, whatever happens, whether you don't tell her or you do tell her, if you have sex with her and it's bad and she talks shit, or if you tell her and she's weird about it, it's not your fault, bro. It's not your fault, bro.
Don't do this.
If anything, like, that's on her being fucking weird as shit.
Yeah, because what are her values then? She's got to date some dude who's, out there slanging dick indiscriminately, who's not looking for someone he loves.
Yeah, what is she like? I only want to fuck sluts?
Yeah.
Weird, bro.
That is weird.
Not your fault.
Dude, email us when you bust.
Yeah.
Yeah, right after. And have her write in on the email together. Write a joint email and say, thanks for the advice, guys. I didn't need it.
Yeah.
I'm very in love.
Yeah. Honestly, though, too, one last thing is that you could actually just stop being anonymous, tell everyone your name, start an OnlyFans, and do the OnlyFans video of you losing your virginity, and you will make a shit ton of money.
Dude,
bro.
that's so smart.
Let's go, bro.
We're
Yeah,
looking for.
yeah, and you can blur your fucking faces out, bro. A video of you
No, don't
losing
blur
your
your
or
face.
don't, yeah,
Don't blur
a
your
video of you losing your virginity, and you got to pay $5 to see it.
Can you imagine?
That could be helpful for the
Yeah, that's gonna change everything, dude.
A lot of young people need to see
Yeah.
that.
Can you
Yes.
imagine posting your first time on the internet?
Hell, dude,
lot of courage.
change the world, man. Take
would-
the power back.
Dude, I would totally give that guy. I would give that guy $10.
Yeah, I want to watch that shit. I'm subscribing, dude.
Dude, he starts OnlyFans now. He's like, this is anticipation for when I lose my virginity. And then he's like, it happened. And then the video goes live tonight at midnight.
Oh, funny, that'd be dope.
Yeah.
We see it. He fucks like crazy. He's so sick.
He's a beast, dude.
He's a
Yeah.
beast. He's like, and he's like, he loves her, dude.
Yeah, he's just looking in there.
Yeah. That's what I would do.
Bros seeking
such a good
bros.
idea.
Preachers of passion. I got a sick job after college, but it's in a completely new city and I don't know anyone here. Do you have any ideas for ways to meet new bros? We have apps for love, but not for finding people to rage with. That's a city council movement I can get behind. That's a really good idea. P.S. If you're a stoker living in Chicago, friggin' what up? Let's call Joe and draft hot dogs. Thanks. How to make guy friends. It's a tough one, dude.
Do you guys listen to Zach Bryan?
No.
The
country singer?
The country artist? Yeah.
No.
Incredible. You guys should get into that. It's awesome. The reason why I bring that up is that I love Zach Bryan. He's going to be my number one played thing on my Spotify this year. And it is so, he is such, one, an incredible artist, but two, like, such a manly but poetic, beautiful, like, and he's young, and he's some of the best lyrics I've ever heard. And I went and saw one of his shows, and I'm sitting there and I'm watching so many men and women just like at a country show screaming these, like, it's basically New Age Dashboard, you know, like he has lyrics like, you know, like, you know, I want to climb you know, like I want to send a prayer down to the brokenhearted and let them all know it's going to be all right, like stuff like that.
nice.
And there's people like grabbing each other and yelling those lyrics together. I think, like, find whatever makes you emotional, whether it's sports or something like Zach Bryan, and go live that moment with other like-minded bros.
Spot
Yeah.
on. Passion. Go
Passion.
where you're passionate. You'll find other like-minded,
Yeah.
passionate people. And you guys, and that's such an easy thing to communicate on, because it's tougher just to go into like a friendship conference and be like, hey, I want to have a buddy. Like, where does the conversation spring from there? But if you guys have a thing you can talk about, your personality will get revealed
Yeah.
from the thing.
Go to a place that everyone there wants to be there. Like,
Yes.
Yeah.
and you do too. Like, if you fucking love the X-Files, go to an X-Files convention. Talk to a motherfucker that loves Scully with you. You know, like, that's and you're not lying to them either.
I think that's a great idea. I think on top of that, you could go into lesbian chat rooms. You'll find tons of
Yeah.
bros in there.
Yeah.
Just
You
say,
know?
who are you really, dude?
Yeah.
Because I'm lonely
Yeah.
too.
Yeah.
And I'd love to connect.
Yeah.
And then it could actually turn out to be a real lesbian, and that's good.
Yeah,
There's
yeah.
Oh,
some
dude, that'd be
diversity in your
fantastic.
friendship.
Yeah, and then you could be like, dude, you want to get together and watch this guy lose his virginity on OnlyFans?
Dude.
Bro, we're starting a fucking cinematic universe.
Create, connect, all of it.
Dude, guys, I lost it. Video goes live. Maybe live streams it.
That'd be so sick.
Dude, I remember I was so horny my first time I lost my virginity.
Was it someone you love?
No. But
I'm sorry.
it wasn't the best situation.
Yeah, mine either.
But I was so excited that I was like, you want a 69? I just went straight to 69.
she
But you
starts
still
dying
love
laughing.
69. That's your heart.
It's my favorite.
You're in a 69?
I ask my girlfriend every morning.
Are you top or bottom on the 69?
top?
Wow.
Oh,
Yeah.
top,
Impressive.
dude.
Yeah.
Holy shit. What a psychopath. I love that, bro. You're like, you want a 69? Get on the ground. Insane. No,
I do
get it,
push-ups.
yeah.
It's part of my workout.
Yeah. All right. That's more like a 19, I feel like, is what you're doing. Like,
Oh, yeah.
Shape wise.
Yeah, it's like not really a 69 if you're on top. It's just-
Yeah, I think it's a good core workout. And
Yeah.
I don't know.
You know, do you think that this is, you know how lesbians say that scissoring's not real?
Yeah.
Is that true?
I think it is real.
Interesting.
Lesbians say it's not real?
I think so. I don't want to get
Interesting.
canceled for this, but I've seen videos. of
That'd be
them
crazy
doing
to
it.
get canceled for that.
Yeah. That'd be crazy.
I think I would actually stand up for one.
Yeah,
and say,
yeah.
"Hey,
I think I
guys."
might blow up if I got canceled.
Yeah, I think that's a
canceled for
bit
that.
harsh.
That'd be,
yeah.
yeah. I mean,
Scissoring's not real.
I mean, you're definitely delving into, alternate territory, but
yeah.
you're doing it from a place of curiosity.
Yeah. I truly want to know.
No judgment.
Yeah.
I hope it's real.
Yeah,
But I'm
I-
okay if it's not.
If it makes people feel good, I hope they do.
Yeah, absolutely.
Beautiful.
All right, last cue. What's up, Chad and JT? You guys are absolute sultans of Stoke. Longtime fan here. I listen to you guys daily, and nothing gets me more pumped than hearing your refreshing, positive outlooks on life. Also, nice compliment. He says I look good on the kettlebells. That means a lot, man. So currently I've found myself in a rough sitch. I've been dating my girlfriend for around a year and a half. This is the longest I've ever dated anyone, and I've been having doubts for a while now. She's an awesome gal and a fire girlfriend, but I just feel like she's more into me than I am her. I've been wanting to break it off for a while, but she's been going through a really hard time, and I feel like breaking it off would be a total schmoll move. I've been waiting for a good opportunity for like 3 months, and it never seems like there's a good time. Have you guys ever been in a sitch like this? What do I do? Stick it out and see if she's the one for me? Break it off now and seem like the king of bummers? Or just keep waiting for an opportune time? You guys always have awesome advice, and I'd love to hear what you guys think, as this has been lowering my stoke immensely as of late. My girlfriend also listens, so it'd be epic if I could remain anonymous.
I've been in this exact situation where I was like yearning to break up. I don't know if I had the balls to do it, to be honest, but I was like pretty dead. I was like, I knew at some point we would break up. But I was always like, she's depressed. She's in a bad mood. She's like, she's going through a tough time. And eventually she broke up with me. And
Nice.
I was like, and I don't think this made her feel all that great, but when she's breaking up, I was basically like, yeah, you're breaking up with me. I was like, I've been thinking about doing this exact same thing, which probably in retrospect probably hurt her ego a little bit. Anyways.
That's okay.
Did you actually feel like that was like a blessing in disguise, though?
Oh, totally.
Yeah.
Totally. No, I was
Cool.
so happy it happened.
You're like, you're right. I do fucking suck. That's crazy.
Yeah, but no, I was
That's so crazy, bro.
Good
Yeah.
I was just laughing afterwards at how in my mind I was like, it'll be comforting for her to know that I was feeling the same way. But then after you get away from it, I'm like, you're like, oh no,
Yeah.
like that actually hurts.
I think she needed to know that. I'm on
no,
your
no,
side. Yeah.
I'm glad I said it.
Yeah,
I'm not
for
like
sure.
I'm not like upset that I hurt her feelings. I'm like in like a kind of like
No, I mean, I
glad
think it's good if you did hurt her feelings.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
glad I got her. That's
Yeah,
what I'm
stick
saying. Anyways, what I'm trying to say is there's no right time. I think you just gotta do it unless she's like actively crying.
Yeah.
Well, and also you're not helping her by staying with her.
Yeah.
Like if she is super in love with you, the connection is only going to deepen over time. So I think you got to kind of cut it off now, and you're really sparing her. Look, it's going to hurt her no matter what. But the more time you take from her is time she won't get back. And I mean, a couple months isn't a dramatic amount of time, but I do genuinely believe the more noble thing is just to say your truth and let her move on and find somebody else. And you'll be all right, dude.
Yeah, don't waste your time. Like, just fucking do it. You're a man. You got it. But to the girlfriend, NO means next opportunity. So, like, everyone's going to be fine.
Wait, come again on that?
I'm talking to the girlfriend.
Oh,
Like,
okay.
yo.
She'll be all right.
She'll be all right.
Oh, he might come back in a year. I mean, I don't
Totally.
say this to
Didn't-
keep you from doing it. You'll be fine, brother.
Yeah.
But again, to the girlfriend, just because someone says later doesn't mean that something else better is around the
You're
corner.
good. Yeah, yeah.
But I'm talking to the guy again. There is
Next
something
one.
better around the corner. So
Yep.
you go forward.
Both of
and
you
do
guys,
it.
next opportunity. Like, you say thank you to each other and move on. Just get it out of the way. Don't waste your time. Don't waste her time. Every second counts.
And you know when you know. Sometimes people
Yeah.
will stick it in and be like, well, maybe if this happens, I could fall more in love with someone. I don't think that generally happens. I think everyone gets a little squirrely in relationships and be like, is this right? But generally behind that thought is another one that's like, this is what I want. If you're not getting
Yeah.
that second thought, you got to go.
Also, to your point there too, is like that might give you the place to actually think about it, and you might get back together. You don't know.
You got to
like,
explore it.
Yeah, and like I think that everything won't be okay, but yeah, just do it. And like it's gonna suck. There's like this old saying that and this is a generality, but it's like men after breakups feel better in the short term and feel worse in the long term, and women feel bad women feel bad in the short term and feel better in the long term, and men feel better.
You said it right.
Yeah.
Who gives? Just do it. Who gives a?
Yeah.
Everyone's gonna be fine.
Everyone's going to feel
say.
better, though.
That's so true.
I don't read, dude.
You do read, bro.
I don't read.
I don't read.
But yeah, you can be fine.
All right. Next part. Did you? Because I gave you a heads up. You're like one of the only people we've ever given a heads up on this.
I didn't even read. I saw that you were telling me, and I was like, I read them, and I
knew you weren't going to do it, brother. I knew it.
I don't want to. Yeah. I want to be real. I want to be real, bro.
Do it, dude. All right, Chad. So I'll go second, so you got time to formulate. Chad,
my
what's
beef of
your
the week. My beef of the week is with Diet Coke.
Nice.
I'm a huge Diet Coke guy, big DC guy. Washington, D.C., that stands for Washington Diet Coke, okay? I freaking love it. It was recently labeled as a carcinogen. I think aspartame, something in there. It's a carcinogen. I'm having 2 a day now. I've gone from 1 a day to 2 a day because I'm sticking it in there's...
Yeah, good.
Sticking it in their face. I'm like, you're trying to tell me this is bad for me? I'm going to have 2.
Everything's bad for you. Just choose what you like and ride with that.
Yeah.
I'm sorry to interrupt you. What is wrong with Diet Coke? I have 2 a day.
You do?
Yeah.
Apparently, the FDA or one of these friggin' government organizations, who knows what they're actually up to?
Yeah, quote unquote.
Yeah, quote unquote. They're like, one of the ingredients in there, I'm pretty sure it's aspartame, which aspartame has always been the culprit.
Mm-hmm.
And they've said that it leads to like Alzheimer's, or could be a cause of Alzheimer's. I don't know.
Whoa.
Well, even if you do get Alzheimer's at like, let's say 75 instead of 80, I think it's got to be wired in there for you to get it. I don't think Diet Coke's just going to give it to you.
Yeah.
You wouldn't trade all those Diet Cokes for those 5 extra years of like...
No, and I don't even remember 2 days ago anyways.
Mm-hmm.
So like, I don't remember high school. I don't remember shit.
Yeah.
So I'm cruising.
Yeah.
So yeah, I just want to say my beef is not with Diet Coke. I love Diet Coke. My beef is with the people trying to get me off Diet Coke with their labels. It's like, dude, I'll decide what's a carcinogen and not.
Mm-hmm.
How about you take your carcinogens and stick them up your ass, all right? And then I'm going to take my carcinogens and dump them down my throat in the form of delicious Diet Coke.
They don't know what you remember.
That was beautiful.
Dude, I've been thinking about that, dude. Like, because I've been like, how do I make sure the kids are happy? I'm like, you don't choose what someone chooses to remember.
Yeah.
Like, we choose which memories define us.
Mm-hmm.
And we just pick, we don't even know why we pick what we pick.
Do you ever wonder, it's like, do I have a repressed memory?
Dude, yeah.
Dude. But that's dark.
I think if that was with you, I'm like, he's got a repressed memory.
Yeah, definitely. I was like, I looked in the mirror the other day. I look at of course I do. Look at this. This is probably like
if you bleach your hair, that's a reaction to not engaging.
Yes.
I've bleached my hair a couple times.
Yeah, I'm definitely running from something.
And is it always getting molested?
Dude, that's the thing. That's the hacky version of it.
Sure.
What's the other repressed memory?
Being the molester. Yes.
Whoa.
That's very creative. That's dynamic.
And there's something really strange about it because, okay, I love therapy, but there is such thing also, I think, that of like over therapy.
Totally.
Where it's like, did they also just convince you that you have a repressed memory?
I did that. I did hypnotherapy. I made up a memory that I worked my trauma out.
Really?
Yeah, and it wasn't real.
Wow.
That's a true story.
How do you know that it wasn't real?
Because it was about my parents like bullying me at a party, and I talked to my parents about it. And when they told me their version of events, it clicked back in, and I was like, oh, that is what happened. Yeah, and I spent all this fucking money to have this. Help me out. It was all BS.
Damn.
That's hilarious.
So what we're learning here, no therapy, Diet Coke, everything's fine.
I think that there's a good argument for that.
Yeah.
You know, we correct too far in any direction. But I'm glad I did therapy, but I was over-therapized for a while.
Dude, the repressed memory thing, freaky.
You know what the cure is for repressed memories? Diet Coke.
That's true. Because they
Just
don't
wipe
know
that
what you
slate
remember.
Just
clean.
wipes it out. Then it's not
wipe-
repressed.
you
It's
wipe
just,
that
it
shit
just
clean.
doesn't
Yeah.
exist.
It's like the MIB,
Yeah.
like lighter thing that they have.
Yeah.
Dude, yeah.
You got something hard you're trying to get over? How about you just forget it? Diet Coke.
Yeah.
It's
Dude,
eternal
DC,
sunshine
baby.
of the spotless mind in a can.
Dude, honestly, they could take the power back. If they
Yeah.
really start to get canceled, they could just advertise as like, do you hate everything that's led up to right now?
Yeah.
Diet Coke.
It's like Mad Men with cigarettes. Like it's toasted.
Yeah.
This will wipe your slate clean. This is the first proven chemical
Yeah.
to wipe out all past trauma.
Yeah,
Yeah.
just a bunch
Diet
of war
Coke.
refugees.
Yeah.
You just hand them Diet Coke. You're like,
Yeah.
you're welcome.
Anonymous, if you go up to her and you go, hey, do you care I'm a virgin? And she goes, yes. Be like, you should try this Diet Coke.
Yeah.
For sure. Dude, my beef of the
That
week.
actually gets, that gets, okay, what?
I'll piggyback off that. Dude, I listened to a allergy expert on like some podcast, and they were saying we shower too much.
Yeah.
Like we need to not shower as much because you got like natural. Did I already talk about this on here?
No.
You got natural little critters on your body that are good for you, which is an insane idea, anyways.
Yeah.
That I just have like a million buddies on my body who are helping me out.
Whatever.
But she was like, you got to let those critters live because they keep you clean. So I'm on that kick. I'm like, all right, I'm gonna start showering less. That works with how I want to live my life, anyways. Then towards the end of the podcast, where I've already bought in hook, line, and sinker, she says, but if you go outside, there's pollens that get on your body that you absolutely need to wash off. So it's just this like counter advice where she's like, don't shower, but actually if you go outside, which I assume most people are doing, you need to shower. And that's how we are with everything now. It's like one thing says kale is good for you, another thing says kale is bad for you. And I'm just done, dude. I'm just gonna trust this, dude. Trust this.
Follow your joy.
Whatever makes me, you got to pick the things you like and just trust that if you're stoked, you'll go a long distance with a lot of happiness involved.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude.
Follow
I
intuition.
You know, the first time I realized that things were like that was when I was in high school, and it was like the height of like 17 magazine and like all that stuff. Like 1 month would be like 17 ways to make your boyfriend
I
come.
love those articles.
Yeah, but then the next month it'd be like, don't do these 17 things if you want your boyfriend to come, and it'd be like the same shit. And it was like, and that I guess turned into BuzzFeed essentially.
Yeah, you know, like the writer at Cosmo was just in a jam, and they're like, just give me the article from last month, and I'll just flip the
yeah,
advice.
exactly.
And people will grab it just because the name works.
Yeah.
Dude, I used to love that shit. There'd be like 23 ways to pleasure her. This was like 12 years before I lost my virginity. I just devour it.
Yeah, I used to. I at Urban Outfitters, I used to go look at those books that'd be like sex positions, but I was like 13, being like, one of these days,
Yeah.
I'm gonna wheelbarrow.
I bought a book on tantra.
to do that.
Yeah, I know. That's the thing is that then I had sex, and I'm like, I don't know how to do that.
Yeah,
I don't know,
it's
it doesn't
pretty
make sense to
extreme.
me.
Dude, yeah.
And I don't know if the girls wants that.
I don't. Yeah. Also,
Oh,
like,
they do.
But maybe.
They
but
do.
Maybe.
Some,
yeah. they
I guess
could.
Yeah.
I don't think my dick can do that. I think that's like
Yeah.
the other main thing.
Yeah.
I think maybe, you know what? I think I would be happy with getting the position, getting penetration, and then being like, okay, let's go back to missionary.
Yeah. Yeah, that's cool. Try new things. Dude.
Just to check it off. You did
Dude.
it.
Wheelbarrow.
Yo, if Anonymous must be really funny, he does the thing where he's like, I'm gonna lose my virginity, but he plays a bit on us, and then he's like, this is actually like the 9th time he's had sex, and he's like, wheelbarrow.
Yeah, dude.
Oh shit.
He could find that too. The virgin thing could work for him, and then he could play that card
Yeah,
again.
yeah. Ooh,
Which
I
is
like
dangerous.
that.
Don't weaponize your
Yeah,
vulnerability.
100%. Yeah, you know what? You remember when you were kids too? You would hear those urban legends like the Cleveland Steamer and like
Oh,
all
yeah.
that. It's crazy because when you were kids, you're whoa, adults do that.
Yeah.
But they
Now
don't.
we're adults, and have you guys done stuff like
What
that?
is a Cleveland
like
Steamer
the brass
again?
trombone? Like I think that's when you like shit on their chest. Right?
No, I haven't done that one yet.
Yeah.
Would you have you ever peed on anybody?
Just my bros, like on their legs or something like
Yeah,
that. But it
when-
wasn't for sexual kicks, at least not in the immediate aftermath.
I had a track coach that told me that you're supposed to pee on your feet to get rid of athlete's foot. So in the locker rooms, we were all pissing on our feet.
Damn.
Good coach.
Yeah.
I've done the Cleveland Steamer. I've done the Cincinnati Tornado,
Oh.
and I've done the Illinois log jam.
Oh, nice. Which one hurt the most?
The log jam,
Yeah.
because that was involved my ass.
Yeah. That's more to you.
The log jammed my ass.
I like to stick truly with the Ohio stuff.
Yeah,
Like,
it's that regional
yeah.
pride we were talking
Yeah, the
about.
Toledo mutt.
The Toledo.
That's what I love, the Toledo mutt. Like, you know, but the classics are cool too, you know. I don't know, it's like, the Akron smacking.
It's
You know? Dude, I mean, like, why does Ohio have so many famous cities, bro? It's because they're all fucking like crazy there.
Yeah, the Columbus.
They're very inventive.
Yeah.
What is it? The Columbus.
The Columbus Rumbus.
The Columbus lasagna. The Columbus
Columbus
rumbus. Yeah, Columbus rumbus. That's what it is.
You got a beef of the week?
I got a beef of the week, man. This is a simple one. TV shows, movies too long.
Yeah.
Too long, dude.
Have you
I
always
can't-
felt that way, or is this a
No,
like a
always.
result of modernity?
I mean, it like, give me a good like 90 to 2 hour movie. Like Top Gun 2, it's like 2 hours and 1 minute. It's perfect, you know,
Yeah.
because that movie's incredible. You know, you turn on The Last of Us, and it's like, this episode's 97 minutes.
Right.
That's a movie, dog.
Yeah.
I don't want to do that anymore, man.
I'm with you.
It's
good
too many episodes, too long. The perfect length for a movie is like 14 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Dude, I just watched The Squid and the Whale. It's 80 minutes.
Great.
80 minutes. You're
Bro,
in and
if
you're
they
out.
fucking advertised a movie, if they were Doctor Strange 5, 88 minutes.
They put that in the trailer.
I'm there,
They're
dude.
like, bro, you're in and out.
I'm there, dude.
I
For
think that's
sure.
great. Yeah. Chad, what's your babe of the week? Or who's your babe of the week?
My baby of the week is Vermont. I went to Vermont for the 4th of July. Dude,
Nice, dude.
beautiful. I always, I guess I was just associated with being cold. But they have summer there. And it's just rolling green hills. It's amazing. When you're there, it's just rolling. Like, it's not like the West Coast at all. It's green. There's like lakes. And it's like the food there. You feel like the food is just all natural. It's just like you eat cheese there, and you're like, this came from a cow like yesterday. You know what I mean? I love that feeling of like where you're in a place where you're like, oh, I can go to the grocery store and know that the food here is legit. Like, we had that in like Pennsylvania.
For sure.
So yeah, I just fell in love with Vermont. It was amazing. So shout out.
My baby of the week is I've gone on a deep dive with wrestling, specifically the WWF and WCW when they were having the Monday Night Wars. And I was a wrestling fan when I was a kid, and then I've just come back to it because I love that it's fake, but all the feelings behind it are so real. And my favorite wrestler, well, I'll get to him. He'll be my legend of the week. But my favorite wrestler to hear stories about is Mang. He's this Tongan guy. And dude, there is infinite fight stories about him. And he's supposed to be the badass amongst all badasses. Like, every guy just has the most epic bar fight story about him. And he was like trained in martial arts. Some people said he was a guard for the Japanese emperor, 6'1", 280, just a house. Kevin Nash said you wouldn't even know where to try and hurt him in a fight. And every wrestler's terrified. Like, they always ask wrestlers, like, who is the toughest guy? And everyone just point blank without hesitation is like Mang. So I've just been, oh, and his other name was Haku. That's his main wrestling name. So instead of like the daily haiku, I watch my daily Haku, which is just a fight story about him.
Awesome.
And he's got ones where he's like pulled dudes' eyes out. He ripped their teeth out. It's always brutal. He's got one bar fight story.
He did this for real?
Yes. Well, I mean, it's all stories, but I believe him. He was in one bar fight where some dudes, because dudes always try to fuck with wrestlers. They're like, your shit's fake, and they're always trying to punk him. And Haku didn't stand for that. And everyone says he's the nicest guy in the world if you're not in a fight with him. But if you cross him, the badass comes out, which is always the best way to be a badass. Where you're like, oh, he's a nice guy, but he's got that gear. I guess one time he bit through a guy's shirt and bit a chunk out of his back.
Wow.
What? And you might think I'm spoiling all the Haku stories. There's a million of them. They're all
I gotta
there.
check this out.
Dude, they're very fun.
We gotta
And
do
every
30 for
wrestler,
30.
I think they should. Just a
That's
story,
sick.
just the legend of Haku.
Was his finisher move putting his hand in people's mouths?
Yes, but that was a real move. People would see him. They called it like goosing or gursling
And
someone.
he would do it in real life.
He would
too?
do it in real life and like pull a dude's jaw out. He once did it at the airport.
Yo,
He did it at
damn,
the
dude.
airport.
Pulled
That's
his jaw out?
He would
crazy.
stick his hand in the
Yeah.
bottom of your mouth and just crack.
Dude,
That's
damn.
crazy.
He's a good guy. He's a good solid
Is he
guy.
alive?
He is. And he's like the sweetest guy now. He's a grandpa. But someone did a prank where they tried to fuck with him, and you see the badass Haku comes out, he starts chasing around one of the guys.
Wow.
Like but he's very loving, very kind. But if you fuck with wrestlers and he's on their side, you're in trouble.
I love that, dude. That's a loyal guy.
Tongan
Yeah.
badass.
Mang, I haven't heard that in forever. That was great. My babe? Country music, baby. Country music. First time in 40 years, country music has 1 and 2 on the Billboard Hot charts. And it's Morgan Wallen and the Fast Car song by was it Luke Bryan?
Brian, he covered it.
Yeah. Incredible. You know, I grew up in Iowa, and some of the best times I've ever had were at country concerts, and I'm just happy that they're getting their shine, dude.
Dude, it's
You know?
fun to see live.
It's fun to see live, and also like
Get a
country
little
music.
closer to them.
Country, I just learned how to do this. I'm bad at podcasting, by the way.
Get out of
Dude,
here.
you're great.
I don't know how to do it. We never even used these.
You're
You're
fantastic.
boyish, you're cute, you're good on the mic.
You
That
look like a
looks cool,
veteran.
dude.
Chain smokers.
Yeah, you know what it looks like.
You spin
Wait,
the
but
wax.
keep cooking on country.
I love country, dude. I mean, it's also just like emotional. It's so earnest. It's earnest.
Were you
It's
raised
like-
on it?
You know, no. I mean, like, it was always around in Iowa, but I was an emo kid. I was listening to, like, I mean, I'm wearing a Norma Jean hat right now, but, like, but I do think that, like, there's, like, an overlap with, like, singer-songwriters, emo, and country, you know?
Sure.
But
They're
and
both very sincere, too, right?
it's so sincere, and it's all about having a good time, dog. Like,
It took me till my mid-20s to really appreciate it, like the simple beauty of all of it, where it's like you live in a small town, you got your boys, you got your girl,
Yeah.
you got your truck, and that's all you need.
that's all you need. And then also, but I think a lot of people don't realize, too, how many of songs are also celebrating leaving those places. Like, it's people tend to put country in a box, and I think those people are living, like, never actually gave it a chance. Bless
They're
you.
in
God
their
bless
own
you, my
box.
friend. God bless you.
Thank you.
You're welcome. And, you know, but yeah, listen to country music, dude. You know, John Mellencamp, Small Town, that song's about, loving your small town, but also knowing that you need to see the world. Because once you see the world, it's hard to unsee it. So.
Yeah.
That's dank.
There is something about, like, Bruce Springsteen, all of his songs are about leaving Jersey. They're
Yeah.
all about leaving Jersey. Guess where he lives? Jersey, 10 miles from where he was born.
Do you want to know a crazy fact? Because I was doing research on another script I wrote. I don't know what the number is now, but like this is pre-COVID, but everybody says that, like, people our age and younger, like in the last census, they're like, we're all leaving small towns, right? And that cities are growing. That is true. But in the last census, the thing was, the caveat to that is that everybody in our generation and younger than us are leaving their small towns to go to a city that's usually 100 miles away from where they grew up. So if you grew up in Pella, Iowa, you go to Des Moines. If you grow up in Cleveland, or you grow up in Toledo, you're going to Cleveland. So you're technically still home.
Yeah.
Like, you can drive back to see your parents. And I think that, like, you want to see the world, you want to travel, you want to open that stuff up. But there is something about, you got to, your heart
roots.
is, who you are, if it was good. And obviously some people aren't like that, but
Do you go back home a lot?
all the time, Iowa was the best place on earth. And I truly believe that. You guys did a couple videos in Iowa.
We did. We
Dude,
went to
it's
Des
fun.
Moines.
I
You
like
guys-
Des Moines a lot.
You guys went to the Machine Gun Kelly concert in Iowa.
MGK.
Tremendous performer. I just watched him singing that song from Fast Five. It was awesome. He learned
Really?
Spanish for it.
Bro, you know what I just started listening to again? Another Babe of the Week. That one song from the Fast and Furious where it's like,
Ambaleo.
no, that one's good too.
See you again,
See you again, dude.
Yeah.
Bro,
Wiz.
bro. The feelings,
dude.
big time.
And the pressure on him to nail that song.
And he fucking went above and beyond.
Yeah.
And then when that scene in what is it, when the Fast 8 or whatever it is,
When
and
he
Paul
pulls up
Walker,
next to
yeah,
him.
and it's like all CGI'd and his head's like floating.
That was CGI'd?
Yeah, he's dead.
What?
Rest in peace.
No, I knew he was gone.
Oh,
but
But dude,
I thought he got that.
And then that piano starts.
I thought he was there on the day.
That's a good ass song.
Yeah, dude.
Chad, who's your legend of the week?
My legend of the week is lifting.
Nice,
Lifting
dude.
weights. I went to see my brothers for 4th of July. And they're like, we're lifting. Both my brother Mark and I, we tweaked our backs. And my brother Bill, the oldest one, he's like, it's because you're not strong enough. And actually, I made a decision after that trip. I'm like, I'm going to get jacked. I want to get jacked.
Yeah, let's do it.
Like, I'm lifting heavy.
Good.
I'm trying to get fucking
It's good for the
jacked. I
bones.
want to become, I want to get like thick.
Mm.
I'm on
Like,
the same trajectory.
dude,
I put
yeah.
on 15 pounds. I'm trying to get big.
Dude, Jack, you gotta get big.
I want to be a house.
Yeah, I want to get fucking big. Like I've been lifting every day since.
Good.
That's
I'm trying to
great.
get fucking.
You
You know,
eating?
like,
What?
Are you eating?
I'm not eating enough to bulk up. I need to figure out my diet.
You gotta be in
'cause-
a caloric surplus, dude.
yeah, I know. But
No,
yeah.
no, you got this, brother.
yeah, you, got
you
it,
think I
dude.
could do it?
You got to
Yeah,
get
you can
so
do it,
tough that you
dude.
can't wipe
Dude.
your ass.
Dude, that's what I've been saying on
yeah.
stage. I'm like, I used to want the Brad Pitt physique. Now I want the I can't wipe my ass
Yeah,
physique. Like
yeah.
I want to get there.
Yeah, go, baby.
Yeah,
just
bro.
show up and just I'm gonna take a photo where I take a photo. I'm like holding like a fucking something,
Yeah.
a baby, and be like, wow, are you a Navy SEAL now?
People are like,
You
why
You
is
want
that
to look
monster
invulnerable.
alone?
You want
Yeah.
to look like there's no
Yeah.
points of attack
Yeah.
on you.
I protect this life.
Yeah.
And if a car hits
love
you,
that.
Yeah.
poor car.
Maybe I'll borrow one of your babies for that.
Go, baby.
Yeah.
Go.
I just sent
Yeah,
this
I'll have
photo.
there's like
two,
two of
dude.
them. Yeah,
Carry
dude. You're
both
gonna
of
be
them,
hold
dude.
both of them.
Get a
That's
nice little
sick,
bicep workout.
bro.
Work on your grip strength. Like some
Can you
bench
do
strength.
the bouncing boobs thing?
I think
Yeah.
Wow!
Coming through the shirt.
You're getting
It's
fucking
coming through the
big,
shirt.
dude.
Oh, you can see it?
Shut the heck up,
It's
dude.
tough in the white, but it's still popping.
What the
Go,
fuck?
baby.
Good, yeah.
Go, baby.
When was the last time you wiped your ass? What?
I had Aaron wipe it for me.
What the heck?
He's big.
I got about Aaron. Thanks, Aaron.
Dude.
One of those veins that go horizontal. I hate that.
Oh, right.
I saw Kumail Nanjiani at Home State.
Yeah.
At first, I was like, "Who's that monster?"
Yeah,
I was like,
he's huge now.
He's huge. And I was like, "Oh, that's the sexy Kumail Nanjiani."
Yeah.
He had veins
Sexy goof.
horizontal, dude. He's huge.
He's
He looks
maintained that
great.
size. It was crazy because I
Yeah.
thought it was just for Eternals, and no, it's Eternal on his rig.
Yeah,
dude.
he
is
looks
wow.
great,
big.
dude. He's big. He looks like the American Gladiators.
Does-
He's got
yeah,
pretty cool.
Yeah. My legend of the week, jacked. My favorite wrestler of all time, Bret Hart. Bret the Hitman Hart. Now, he carried the
Let's go.
WWF from 92 to 97 because they were going through a steroid crisis. And he looks more like just your regular jack dude. He's not the supersized guys like Ultimate Warrior and Hulk Hogan. And Vince McMahon wasn't into that. He liked the big guys like those dudes. But you couldn't deny Bret Hart's wrestling ability. He was never the best on the mic. And the reason for that is he just took wrestling so serious. He's like the best technical wrestler ever. And as a result, his matches are actually kind of boring. He doesn't do a lot of high spots. He doesn't do a lot of theatrics. Everything to him had to be logical. It had to be something that looked like it would work in a real fight. And he was focused on the storytelling of the match. Like he wanted there to be, like if you're fighting a big guy, you work his leg over the whole time. If you fight a smaller guy, you kind of manhandle him. He wanted it to be smart. And as a result, people think his matches are boring. But if you watch his matches, like for a while, if you go back to someone else's match, it just feels phony. It just feels fake. But he had a tragic exit from the WWF. They cut him because they couldn't afford his deal anymore. And then in the most famous wrestling incident of all time, the Montreal Screwjob, they took his title from him in his hometown with his own special move, and he didn't know it was going to happen.
Wow.
So he socked Vince McMahon, knocked him out, went to WCW, they ruined him. And then tragically, his brother died working for the WWF in a stunt that Bret said he never would have allowed. And so now, because of those things, he's kind of a bitter dude. He's always talking shit. He's always kind of upset at how wrestling has changed. And people think because of that, he's just a sourpuss. But I love it because he cares so much
Yeah.
about this fake, sort of foolish thing. But for him, it's his whole world. He believes in it so hard that when guys used to talk shit to him in character, he would take it serious and like let it hurt his feelings.
Yeah.
Like he grew up in wrestling, so for him, it's performance, but none of it's fake. It's all real, and I think there's something so pure about that.
You know, is it the best there is, the best there was, the best there ever will be?
Yes, and he believes that. If you
Yeah.
ask him, he'll say, "I'm the best wrestler that ever lived."
Yeah.
Like he has, and he studies it in a way where you're like, you know, it's just wrestling, right? But for him, it's like, no, this is like a way to live your life. He's almost like a samurai with his like
Yeah.
philosophy around it. And I just find him. I watched 3 hours of interviews of him last night. Just
Yeah.
him on different Canadian talk shows, just talking about
Do you
wrestling.
think the WCW ruined Bret Hart?
Well, they didn't do a good. They made him job for like intercontinental, like
Yeah.
lower champs. They didn't put him up against Hogan.
He did the Sting at Starrcade, though.
Oh, I don't know if I've watched that one yet.
Wasn't Sting Starrcade 1997? Great year, by the way.
Good year for one of the best.
Yeah.
That's when the Attitude Era came in.
Dude, okay. One of the things I also watch to hype myself up on YouTube is Bill Goldberg, Hollywood Hogan winning the championship on Nitro, which destroyed the WCW for them to do that.
People think Goldberg was bad for WCW because he could only do squash matches.
Dude.
And he's the reason Bret Hart no longer wrestles.
Bill Goldberg?
Bret said before our fight, he said, just don't hurt me, Bill, because Bill could go over the top with his moves and wasn't like as technically sound. And he didn't position their bodies right in his head. And then they went in the ring and hit him with a super kick. gave Brett a concussion. He couldn't wrestle after that.
Oh my
Wow.
So of all the people he's pissed at, Bill's
And
right
they
at the
still,
top of the
he's
list.
still like,
He's still mad at Bill. He'll couch in a way where he's like, look, I'm not saying Bill's a bad guy or that, he wasn't talented, but he could be a bit reckless in there, and I just don't think there's a place for that. And something I'm proud of is that I have never injured another wrestler.
wow, I got so much honor.
Dude, he's deeply honorable. Is he an egomaniac? Yes, but in the best way.
Yeah, dude, I love that you're in, like, have you been watching Logan Paul wrestle? The videos? of
Dude,
Logan?
he's good. I haven't really
good,
watched him,
man.
but I've seen the highlights, and
good.
he takes it serious.
Yeah, he's good.
He's an athlete, dude.
He is, man. I love the Paul brothers. I truly do. Like, I think they've done all of our dreams. They've been rappers. They've been actors. They've been
Right.
viral stars. They've owned fashion lines. They've been boxers. They've been pro wrestlers.
Well, yeah, they do it, and they're kind of like the Kardashians, where people get upset at them because they can't pinpoint what the talent is other than being relevant. But that is so hard to do.
But also, like, the other thing about being relevant is you have to be talented. Like,
Well, that's the thing, though.
yeah,
I
they're
agree.
the best at it.
They're good at something.
They're like the one-man K-pop group. They can do everything. Like, I love it.
They can make us care, whether we hate them or we like them.
Yes, I mean,
We're invested.
Yeah, and like they're like 20 years old. Like, I can't wait to see what
They're
happens when
kids.
they're older. you know?
Yeah, Logan's getting
crazy.
married. He met a nice gal.
Is he
really?
marrying Nina?
Yeah,
He's marrying her?
yeah, they're engaged now.
Wow.
He's growing up.
That's so.
He's
cool.
marrying that girl?
Yeah, we picked
You,
on him. On
you
this
don't like it?
No, I used to follow her, and I don't follow her now because I'm with a lady. But she used to be like my number one like hot chick.
Who is she?
So you like what he's doing?
I do.
See,
Yeah.
he's got all of our dreams
Yeah.
unlocked,
This-
dude.
this motherfucker,
He
man.
wrestles
That's
and he
the
fucks
thing.
Nina.
Yeah.
dude.
It's hard
Yeah.
not to get upset,
Look
but
at
at
that,
the same
bro.
time, it's like respect.
Yeah,
Dang.
I mean, I'm
dude.
pissed, but respect.
yeah.
That's so cool, man. I love those guys. Okay, so what is the prompt? Is legend. Legend of the week for me. Oh, here we go. I staying on the music train. I went and saw Blink 182 in Dallas, Texas. I
Nice.
flew in and saw it, and man, legends, fucking legends, dude.
Yeah.
Like those guys, they were like international hits with like pop punk music in the 90s, like
Yeah.
running around naked, and they're like dudes who like dropped out of high school and made their dreams come true, like,
Yeah.
and they're just like writing songs about shit and poop, and they
Yeah.
like made it, and two of the three of them almost died. Like Travis Barker almost died in a plane crash, and his friend did, and Mark beat stage 4 cancer, and they're
survivors.
still doing it.
Yeah.
And like, I don't know, man. That's, if there's anything that can make a whole arena scream the words shit, piss, cock, sucker, motherfucker, man, you did it, man.
And there's more meaning to that now that we know how much they've survived. They're not just punk
Yeah.
kids saying that to be like immature or thumb their nose at, or thumb their thumb at something. It's like, no, they're like, we've earned this. We've been through this shit.
Yeah, we grew up with them the same, like, and I think that it was like home again. It was like seeing home again.
nice.
Like, oh, that's who I used to be. That's who I am now.
Nice.
That's awesome.
Chad, what's your quote of the week?
My quote of the week comes from Timon Creek. This guy on Instagram, a motivational guy. Hey, bro, you want to go out this weekend? There's a crazy event happening. There's going to be tons of chicks. Let's go out, have fun, and let go a little. Yeah, that ain't my kind of fun. My kind of fun is waking up early, setting my goals, and getting in touch with my creator. So if you have to get shit-faced, that's cool. But we don't do that around here. That's not what we do.
I love it.
It's good advice. Sound. Dude, I don't have mine ready. Do you think you can pop with one?
I think, yeah, hold on. Let me bring it up.
Yeah, let me try and who do I like right now?
I'm sorry. I got to
Yeah.
run in like...
Oh, you know,
Yeah,
Five.
we'll
I just
do
have-
no.
Oh, did we go
set.
long?
We'll do
Oh,
no
yeah.
phrase of the week.
No, I have a set.
Where are you up at?
The belly room.
Oh,
have fun,
nice.
dude. Hold on.
Oh, dude, you know what? Bret Hart quote. When he was switching to WCW, and he said, "I'm not greedy for money. I'm greedy for respect."
I love that.
Sick.
This is James Bishara.
Yeah.
Having too many separate tools for different functions can stretch your mind uncomfortably in thinking that there are dark corners of tasks lists or unread threads somewhere out there.
Magic mind.
Magic mind.
Magic mind.
Quote of the week.
Dude, I love this stuff. Like, truly.
It's so good, dude. It reduces mental clutter.
Yeah, it does.
Does it do that?
Definitely did it when I took it.
Bro, thank you for saying that. They're paying us. But I would say it anyways. I really do like this stuff.
No, I drink it every morning.
You know what you could do is that you could drink Diet Coke and then drink one of these, and then it just cancels each other out.
Dude, that's what I do.
Fucking.
That's what I do.
Yeah, add it to the rotation. All right, well, I think we're good.
Bye.
Fellas.
Platonic on Apple.
Oh, yeah, dude, you're in so much stuff. You're really cooking, dude. You're really cooking.
Platonic on Apple Plus. Nick Soler, Francesca, Del Banco created it, directed it, and Seth Rogen, Rose Byrne, and me, Trey Hale, Vinnie Thomas, and then season 2 of The Bear on Hulu. Shout out to those beautiful people who are dear friends, and thank you for the opportunity. I love you guys. Seriously, you guys are so
It's good
funny,
seeing
and
you.
I
Love you
really
too.
appreciate
That was
you
really
guys.
fun.